right up. Lights on, mics hot. Where outlaws talk loud and kings don't whisper. Welcome to Cowboys and Kings. Yeah. Cowboys and Kings. Yeah. Boots on the floor. Yeah, we're kicking it live. Crown in the room, you can feel that vibe. From the panels to the pixels, every story gets told. If it's hot in the culture, then we breaking the mold. From the cinema to the comic books, we put the games on blast. The beats will get wild, yeah, they never go past. We call it how it is, no in between. Turn it up, let the speakers swing. Got the crew pulling up, let them all step in. Every guest got a voice, the comments in chat will fly. Step up and be a king. When the mics go live, hear the Cowboys sing. Cowboys and Kings. Yeah, we run this show from the page to the stage to the screens, you know. Hot takes it with a rebel swing. It's a Cowboys grit and a King's gold ring. Cowboys and Kings. Let the whole world hear as we break it all down, keeping it loud and clear. Bring more than talk when y'all step in the ring. When you come to the battle royale, you better bring your thing. Welcome to the show, Cowboys and Kings. Yeah, King style, clean with the sharp cut look. The feline of finesse, the Jaguar dripping luxury, bow tie tight like a best-selling book. Calm in the storm, buddy, bring that fire. Every word hits clean. You know we gonna take it higher, gather y'all to the King's court, yeah, with stories untold. Grab your armor, grip your sword, represent the kingdom with pride. Cowboy Dan got that outlaw tone, rough edge truth and a voice well known. He's a head trapped in the jar, jokes and memes will set you free. Bruh, that perspective hit differently. The saloon serves them hard, the door swings wide. Outlaw scream, a six-gun dreamer. Saddle up, let's ride. Laughs get loud and the takes get bold. Hard truths get dropped, some myths get sold. Spin that topic, let opinions clash. Some burn slow, some strike like a match. No script needed when the sparks ignite. Just real talk living in the spotlight. Cowboys and Kings. Yeah, we run this show from the page to the stage to the screens, you know. Hot takes hit with a rebel swing. It's a Cowboys grit and a King's gold ring. Cowboys and Kings. Let the whole world hear. We break it all down, keeping it loud and clear. Bring more than talk when y'all step in the ring. When you come to the battle royale, you better bring your thing. Welcome to the show, Cowboys and Kings. Lights get low, but the combo stays bright. Every fandom got a reason to fight. Heroes, villains, lines get thin. Sometimes the truth is where the gray walks in. Yeah. Panel to panel, yeah, we flip that page. From retro classics to the modern age. Reboots, remakes, who got it right? Who dropped the ball in that box? Office fight, bruh. We call it straight, no filter here. From low budget gems to the blockbuster tier. One got the crown, one breaking the rules. Both dropping gems while we schooling fools. From comics to streams, yeah, we cover the field. Every hot take sharp like a blade unsealed. I guess step up to the mic, that bring heat, that bring flames. They tell you a story when they step in the frame. Cowboys and Kings. Yeah, we run this show from the page to the stage to the screens, you know. Hot takes hit with a rebel swing. Under a Cowboys hat and a King's jewel crown, we gonna run this town. Cowboys and Kings. Yeah, we run this show from the page to the stage to the screens, you know. Hot takes hit with a rebel swing. It's a Cowboys grit and a King's gold ring. Cowboys and Kings. Pull up a seat, join the conversation. Next round's on us. Cowboys and Kings. What's going on?
Check, check, check. I guess for some reason my mic got muted. King, are you there?
I am here, guys,
Oh,
ladies and gentlemen. This is technical difficulties, but this is what happens when you do a live show. It happens. No
I got to be
problems. We'll
careful
we'll
not
keep
to
on
send a
rolling.
message. I might have accidentally muted myself sending a quick message during the credits. But I'm KJ Cowboydan. Uh, as you can
And I'm
see,
King Style.
flying in from the future with issue number one of Adventures with KJ Cowboydan, and we got King Style over here, the feline of finesse. I would like
Oh
to
yeah,
see
man.
these be made into movies, particularly the official Cowboys and Kings podcast, the comic book. Oh, what issue is this? Would that be Lex Luthor syndrome? The day that we pull Lex Luthor aside and say, "Why did you do it?"
Absolutely. I remember that day like it was yesterday.
Like it
It
was
was a
yesterday.
yeah, and I felt it.
Yesterday,
He
three
he did
months
it. He wouldn't want
ago,
to budge. He wouldn't want to budge. You know.
he didn't want to budge, not at all, not at all. You know, now these are in a sense the comic book adaptations to our show. Um, as each one of these were a show reference, as you saw in our newly updated version of our theme song with the comic book editions, King Style, the feline of finesse. I really got to get this made into a comic book, you know, and Cowboys and Kings, the comic book, buddy buddy cop comic.
Oh, absolutely, man. Where the dynamic duo of Dan and King Style, we fight crime and we chew bubble gum and kick ass while we do it, you know?
At the same time, we are
At the same
multifaceted
time.
and
Yeah,
talented.
and we don't play around.
We do not play around. No, indeed, we do not. So, today we are covering comic book adaptations into movies and some movies into comic books. And we are not going to leave out the potential of manga adaptations into movies as well. We will be doing a full on manga adaptations episode in the future where we're going to try to get a few of our anime friends to join us on that one. And, but today we're going to focus on like just
Yeah,
all around comic
primarily.
books.
We might as an honorable mention, we might make a little bit reference to it, but we're focusing mostly on like Western comics adaptions in this
Western
episode.
comics, yeah,
Yeah, like
or at least Western,
we might reference it if it's like a crossover or something, but we're not sure yet.
yeah.
So
Also, like Western adaptions of Japanese
yeah,
and
like
other.
Batman Ninja, for example, that is actually, that technically would be an honorable mention because they
Yeah,
made a manga out of it.
they did, and also there was a lot of mangas that American cinema has turned into film. So we're looking forward to talk about that. But first, I'd like to make sure that everybody, if you're watching on the VOD or currently in our chat, either way, make sure that you go and give King Style a follow. We're trying to get him up to 50 subscribers, so that way
Yeah,
King
number
Style can.
50.
We're looking for
Yeah.
number 50 because we want King Style to do a couple of shows. We got a few friends that we want to see some shows come out with King Style. Um, and who knows, maybe I might join King Style on his up and coming projects that he's going to be working on. But get him up to 50, scan that QR code, go over and find King Style on the YouTubes. You can also not only scan the QR code there, but you can also scan this QR code as well, which will bring you to King Styles page. Let me bring that up real quick. Boom, right there on the side. Either way, you can, if you have a smart device, you can click on it, you can scan it, you can do whatever. Make sure you follow King. It is very important. We got to get him to 50. Also, if you guys want to support the channel in any way possible, we are looking for donations via X Money. So that way we can make sure that this show does not have a watermark on it. And we just found out the other day that not only does a watermark happen, but we can't use our theme songs, we can't put up overlays, and we can't do other things that make our show have the quality it does. So please support the channel in any way you possibly can. If you cannot afford to support monetarily, please make sure you drop that follow, that subscribe. Every little bit helps. Woo. And
Yeah,
today's been
absolutely. Viewers
quite a
like
rocking
you
day.
help us out, and we greatly appreciate it. So
Oh
thank you
yeah,
when you do.
absolutely. So we've been rocking out. This has been our subathon month, and we've put out quite a bit of shows. We've been rocking out nearly almost every day. Hopefully, like next week, we're going to do 3 shows next week, and once August comes around, we're going to separate our shows into Cowboys and Kings, the podcast, which is our going to be our Friday nights. We're going to do Cowboys and Kings talk about entertainment news and a few other things as an alternate show. And a few of our friends and us have some ideas about some other content that we're going to do. Maybe Cowboys and Kings around the table. Who knows? Where is some kind of roundtable conversations where we're just going to sit.
Something like that. We're working on
So,
it. We're working on a
we're
title.
working on it. We don't have a title, but you know, the king will be there, the cowboy will be there, and you will too.
Absolutely. So
So
we are going to discuss tonight about comics, better adaptations or terrible adaptations. Which are
if you liked it,
the
if you
good, the
hated it,
bad, and the ugly. Yeah, if you liked it, if you hated it, leave a comment in the live chat.
All right. So we've talked about Batman to
Yeah,
extent.
it's like dude, it's like a religious / cult like thing. Like we talk about it way too much. It's almost like it's our religion / our cult. Like it's
If you don't
ridiculous.
sympathize with the child getting his family murdered before his eyes, and you haven't grown up with Adam West or Kevin Conroy,
Or even Michael Keaton or
Michael Keaton,
oh my god, what was the name of I'm trying to remember Raymond something Romano.
I don't think Ray
No,
Romano
not
was
Ray. No,
anything
no, not
Batman,
Ray
but
Romano. It's Romano. It's oh my god, I literally had it at the tip of my tongue.
I hear you Googling in the background.
Oh, absolutely. I don't give a shit.
But we've had a lot of Go ahead, Google. That's what makes
Reno
us. That
Romano.
makes us
Reno
human.
Romano. Close enough.
Reno Romano, Ray Romano. One's funny and one's
a talented voice actor who voiced Batman.
One's a talented voice actor. So Hush. If you've ever read the comics, pretty good comic. If you've ever seen they did a animated feature for Hush.
Yes.
Yeah. Pretty much, we're going to be referring back to multiple different different directions, but the comic book was drawn and written by Jim Lee, one of my favorite comic book artists. But I did grow up in the 90s.
Yeah, I also like Todd McFarlane as well. He was a good artist and writer himself. Though
apparently a lot of people.
Go for it.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, apparently a lot of people thought that the artwork was ugly, but it did have that very much so line art feel that the 90s gave us with Jim Lee's work. A lot of line art and a lot of definition in the characters.
Yeah, because the artwork was different, like compared to say the 70s and the 60s and 50s. Like the way that Jack Kirby did it, that art style was very boxy drawing, right, which I like. I like the art style because it still stands out to this day. But when
it's with Jim Lee's style though, it was less cartoony, and and Jim Lee made the DC universe dark.
Whereas Jack Kirby made the DC universe into the godlike universe that we have today. Like we wouldn't have
Oh,
Darkseid.
absolutely.
We wouldn't have the New Gods without Jack Kirby. I mean, it's insane, but like he added that lore to the DC universe to the point that like Marvel ended up copying that when Jack Kirby left DC. They just told Jack Kirby, "Hey, do that thing you did in DC and do it for us." Thanos is literally Darkseid. It's literally the same character. Though Thanos is more famous because of the marketing that Disney did with the Marvel movies, but Darkseid came first.
I'm sorry. In comparison, if I were to pit Thanos and Darkseid against each other without a glove,
Without
Thanos
the Infinity,
has nothing.
yeah, without the
Thanos,
Infinity Gauntlet, yeah,
yeah,
absolutely not. He'd fucking lose.
yeah. I'm sorry, but Thanos is a puppy dog in comparison. You know,
That's what I'm saying. He had to use
there-
cheat codes. He had to use cheat codes to fucking win. Anybody can fucking do that. Anybody.
anybody. And here's the thing, right? So you got Thanos, you know, with his game shark on his arm, you know.
He basically press a button, I win. That's BS,
You know,
dude.
yeah.
That's like at least Darkseid had he's strong. He's like really he could fight Superman. He could go toe to toe with Superman. Thanos couldn't do that. He would have, like I said, he would have to cheat. He would have to use the Infinity Stone / Gauntlet, or he would have to use other types of means to beat Superman. Not fair. Not in a fair fight, 1-on-1. Couldn't do it.
Oh no, I don't think that Thanos can do it at all. But you know, you got characters like Darkseid, and you know, I'm sorry that, but in the long run, while a lot of people still to this day go, you know, DC Comics is campy, always has been. Their villains, even though they went dark, their villains are still campy. The hero is still campy. They still embrace the camp.
Well, in the DC universe, for the other than some campiness, it does like it's clearly God tier based like characters for the most part, right?
Oh yeah,
Excluding like
and we're
Green
gonna be
Arrow and Batman doing their thing in the city, crime fighting. Everything else is literally God stuff. Green Lantern Corps, the Green Lantern Corps, they're basically police for alien gods. The Guardians, the New Gods, Kryptonians with their powers are practically gods, right? If you count Superman and Zod and Zod, you know, Zod's crew and John Kent, you know, not his dad, Superman's son.
so we pretty much with Thanos, you know, uh, Darkseid's gonna win. You know, I mean, Thanos has his Infinity Gauntlet, of course, but that's only in some storylines.
Yeah, but again, it's
I
a
mean,
cheat code. It's like anybody,
but if you
anyone
have
can do
that, of course you're gonna win. You
Yeah,
know,
of
I mean,
course
if
you're
you
gonna
have,
win,
if,
like easily. Like it's like
you know,
bringing a gun to a fist fight. You're gonna win that.
but the true form of Darkseid versus any standard version of Thanos, Darkseid is going to win decisively. You know, if it's a neutral universe, it could be complicated because the Infinity Gauntlet's powers tied to the Marvel's cosmology and is shown not to function normally outside of the Marvel universe. Like there are some universes, as we've seen with Loki, that the Infinity Stones in certain areas of time and space, the Infinity Stones are just paperweights. Yeah, we get a lot of the Infinity Stones around here. Some of the
Yeah.
guys just use them for paperweights, quote unquote Loki.
And I
You
didn't
know?
like that. I didn't like that. Like essentially, not only do they have alternate version of the Infinity Stone / Infinity Gauntlet, or it's implied of the gauntlet itself, but they have we saw the stones clearly in a drawer. They treated
Right,
it
right.
like it was a nothing burger. Oh yeah, that that toy, those cheat codes over there. Yeah, it's nothing. It's just we put it in there for safekeeping. It's not a big deal. You would think, hey, put this in a special vault, or hide it underground, or put it in a special tomb / trapped area where not just anybody can just grab it, right? No, we're gonna put it in an office drawer. Um,
Oh yeah.
because they didn't care. It's like, dude, you just undermined the Infinity Wars movies, the Infinity movies.
Okay.
You
So
literally treated it like it was nothing. Because anybody
so
can get
let,
the
let's
alternate thing.
let's break this down. Since I know that this had nothing to do with Hush or anything, but we're gonna break this down since we're talking about it. Raw
Hmm.
strength,
Yeah.
dark side. He's got it.
Yes.
Raw strength. Raw
Yes.
strength, durability, dark side.
Yes.
You know, okay, intelligence. Thanos can win with intelligence.
Yes. Thanos is a smart guy. He really is.
Combat
And I would
skills.
argue, yeah, no,
Oh, sorry.
absolutely
No,
not.
no, no. You would argue.
I would argue that his intellect is slightly smarter than Darkseid. Slightly. He's smarter slightly. Depending on who writes the stories. Keyword, right? Because anybody can write a story as a comic book writer to make somebody smarter or stronger, right? We both know that. Who's the
Absolutely.
strongest character? Whoever writes the story to make that person in the
But even
story
then,
look stronger.
I think even depending on who writes the story, Darkseid still is raw strength, strongest character amongst
No,
the two.
he is. Like I said, like Superman has to like struggle to fight with him sometimes. Like this is Superman. We're talking about one of the strongest characters in the DC universe that's not a god, quote unquote, right? Or a magic user.
Oh yeah,
He is one of the
yeah.
strongest characters, excluding supernatural, god, or magic stuff. But like
Oh,
he is
absolutely.
the strongest character, and he
Now,
struggled with Darkseid.
combat skills. I'd say that Thanos has better combat skills. After all, he's a general.
Oh yeah,
He's
definitely.
pretty much. He's pretty
He
much
combat
like
because you have to think. You have to think on your feet. So
right.
combat
So
wise, yeah,
combat
he
skills usually
goes.
goes alongside with the intelligence.
Yes. Any
Now,
general or a major like in the military, they have to, make orders, strategize. Know when to attack, when not to attack, slow down, hurry up. This is
once
important.
again, if you add the cheat code in, if you give him the game genie, the Infinity Gauntlet, of course, Thanos has reality warping and all
Yeah,
that other
action
stuff.
replay. You give him
Yeah,
action replay, and he fucking can do anything. It's
you know.
easy.
Well, Darkseid has an army,
Hmm.
but so Thanos also has an army.
That's true.
You
But
know,
but I would argue Darkseid had the better army.
well,
I would
the way they
argue.
show it in the way they show it in the movies, though, if we're gonna go with movie Thanos, it's a small group of loyal soldiers. Where if you follow the comic book lore, Thanos is a general. A general who has a major army that even before getting a hold of any of the Infinity Stones, he was able to wipe out civilizations.
Yeah, absolutely.
While same can be said for Darkseid, I'd say they're pretty much side by side on that category. Like,
Yeah, but I would say that at least Darkseid had interesting. He had Apocalypse. He had Granny Goodness. He had Big Berta, right? He had a lot of people on his side that were like literally ride or die. Well, in some cases they had no choice but to ride or die with him because they would die, right?
right,
But
I think on
you
both
ha-
case scenarios, you know.
but I'm saying that like Dark Side to me had like more of the interesting followers or soldiers. Like even I'm trying to remember her name right now because I'm drawing a blank. You remember DC's God and Monsters?
Right.
You what was the name of the oh my god, she basically becomes Wonder Woman in that world, but she's not. Oh my god. It can't it was a movie. It was basically General Zod's son
Yeah.
becomes Superman and Angstrom
It's an alternate universe where the Justice League uses brutal force to maintain order on Earth. Um,
yeah. And I forgot
scientists are dying in the world. Governments are changing. The leagues now the dominant rulers of the planet and even parts of the galaxy. And this also builds into potential storylines where you have Superman is not exactly a nice fella.
oh no, he's not. He's not a good dude. He's literally he's in it for himself and he's in it to maintain order to a degree. Like, look, at least he's honest about it, right? He could have just like pull a Lex Luthor and like I'm for the people, by the people, and then reality he's
Right.
secretly scheming to control people. No, he's outly blatantly saying, "No, I don't give a shit about anything. But if you want my help, just know that I'm not your hero. You know, like I'm not your big goody two shoes hero. I'm doing this for myself." I'm
Right.
doing this for me and me only because this is the planet that I live on. Like that's the only reason why I'm saving it. I'm not saving it because I want to help you guys all the way. Where else am I going to live? What am I going to live in a spaceship all my life? No.
And in this version of, I believe, uh, Batman is kind of like a vampire.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's Kirk Langstrom.
Yeah.
It's Dr. Langstrom. He's Man Bat. Man Bat becomes Batman in this universe, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And honestly, I'd like a what if storyline. What if Dr. Langstrom never wasn't evil? He actually joins the Bat family and becomes a variant of Batman.
That would be a pretty good Elseworld story.
Like it would be cool. Like think about it. Think about it. He's a doctor. He could help the Bat family with like enhancing their abilities so they don't like get too hurt on the battlefield when fighting people. I think that'd be a great idea. They're not going to do that because they want him to be Man Bat still, but I'd love for a storyline to happen like that.
See, I worry about a Man Bat live action feature, and here's the reason why. We saw what Marvel did to Morbius.
Yeah, they would make it into a horror movie. I'm like, I don't want it to be like Clayface. Like, dude, make it into make it like Blade. Can we make it like
Oh,
Blade?
yeah.
Like it's kind of a vampire movie, but it's like an action slasher movie.
Oh, I loved Blade. And
Like,
a lot of
dude, make
people
it like Blade. Make it DC's version of Blade. Like, you could make, dude, they can modify Man Bat as being a vampire like Batman character, but with Blade, just Blade in the DC universe.
Dear DC, pull your head out of your ass and start making some good storylines. We're giving you content right now.
Because, dude, they literally can have their own Blade. Like, oh my god, how can we have our own Blade? Make him like a Batman like character, have him be like half vampire ish, and have Dr. Levy, I'm sorry, Langstrom, sorry, I don't know why I said Levy, Langstrom, essentially be allies with Batman. He's not enemies with Batman. He's actually on his side.
Right. So let's go back to Darkseid and Thanos for a second. So here's my round one. All right.
All right.
Thanos, we know he's not a slouch. All right.
No, he's not.
He has historically beaten the Hulk senseless without the use of a gauntlet.
Absolutely.
He's fought Thor and won without
Mhm.
the help of the gauntlet. Um, he's traded blows with Thor's father on levels that are inconceivable in the comic books. Odin has bent a knee to Thanos. All right. Now,
Hmm.
Darkseid regularly throws down with Superman, like as we've discussed even last night on the show last night. Superman has virtually been given godlike powers through the years by different writers, just adding in new things that he can do. Um, Darkseid has faced off against Orion and the entire Justice League roster, including Superman.
Yep, absolutely. Oh yeah,
Now,
the Wonder Woman I was talking about was Becca from the New Gods. She becomes
oh yeah, Becca,
Becca.
she becomes
She
Wonder
becomes
Woman.
Wonder Woman in that alternate universe.
Yeah, yeah,
And she was in love with Darkseid's adopted son. I believe his name is Orion, right? Orion.
right, right. And Darkseid has a daughter as well,
Doesn't he? Isn't a lot of his
and
followers are his
he's a
adopted
daughter.
children now? Some of them.
Yeah, a lot of them are like his adopted children, or otherwise, or like uh, um, he has a daughter. He has a niece who he treats as a daughter.
Because isn't Berta
Um,
like technically his adopted daughter or niece? Technically,
I
because
think
she was like
so.
really young when he found her. He was like she was really young.
Darkseid's lineage has not really been covered. Everything's been like, yeah, well, he's like a father to me. He's like this. He's like, um, but also Darkseid has at his side wizardesses
Yeah,
and
one of
everything,
them,
giving him
Granny
certain
Goodness,
powers.
Granny Goodness.
Right.
Which, by the way, that always
Yeah.
bothered me. Like when you see Granny Goodness, you think it's gonna be an old lady. Hi, everybody, it's me, Red from That '70s Show. I'm gonna kick your ass. Like that comes out. It's like what the hell? Like you hear the voice, and
so
it's like that.
so with
Oh,
I would give round one, if we're going multiple rounds against Thanos and Darkseid, round one, based off all that, Darkseid has the edge.
mm-hmm.
Now, round two, power wise. Now, this is where things get a little ugly. Now, Thanos, with the help of the Infinity Gauntlet, let's just say he has the Infinity Gauntlet because now we're adding in wizardesses and an enchanted army that Darkseid has, and Darkseid also has the power to has the ability because of these tech, and also because of wizardesses and everything. So he has magic abilities gathered to his army, and a little bit for himself as well. At by this point in time, we're going to have to give Thanos the gauntlet just to be able to compete a little bit. So let's assume that the gauntlet does not have ultimate phenomenal cosmic power. Um, and so Thanos, he has the ability for energy blasts with the gauntlet, matter manipulation, force fields, telepathy, um, and dark side, omega beams, which are part of the tech that he has. He has, like we covered, wizardesses and other magical beings at his disposal, and they can his omega beams particularly can curve around objects, where a standard laser cannot do that. um, they can disintegrate, they can teleport somebody, they can trap the opponents, and also because of wizardesses and magics, they can put your opponent or his opponent into loops, particularly time loops, which also, if we grant Thanos the ability to use the gauntlet in this case scenario, has that. But Darkseid's Omega effect is one of the nastiest weapons in all of comic books. Once again, I would place Darkseid still as the winner because more magic.
Yeah, but I will say this though, the Omega beams, it's weird how Batman was able to dodge them though. Like, let's be real, there's a lot of Batman fan. Look, I like Batman. Don't get me wrong. He's not Superman. So, what are your thoughts on that? Like, he was able to dodge them, even though technically speaking, he shouldn't physically do that. Like, unless he has Superman or the Flash's speed, I can get that. He's
See,
not.
Batman was trained
As
by
by ninjas, right? And Shaolin
by
monks.
ninjas, by monks, by
S-
Ra's
So he
al
has
Ghul's
some.
army.
Mhm. So you
So,
could say that he has a slight super speed, if you want to
well,
call it that.
well, uh, trained abilities, but he also has knowledge of magics and how the magics work in the DC universe. Because Ra's al Ghul also employs magicians and wizardesses and wizards,
Hmm.
and also has a little bit of magic himself.
Right.
So I would say that that Batman in particular, it's not far fetched that he's able to ignore or fight against the Omega beams that Darkseid wields.
Yeah, because that's the only way that you can write that without it being so phony, right? Like ridiculously phony, is that because of his ninja slash Shaolin monk training. Because depending on the continuity, that, right? Not
Oh
how
yeah,
you treat the
absolutely.
ninja. So that's the only way he can
Right,
get away with that. Because again, he doesn't have super speed.
right,
He doesn't have that. So he can't
right.
just run away or dodge it at the last second like Superman or the Flash. Or any like
Now,
Zod or Kid Flash or like Negative Flash, right? Can't do that.
right, yeah, right. So like, we have like multiple reasons why Darkseid would win. Now, here's my thought process because we got to give Thanos something. I mean, we had to in order to even give Thanos a chance when it came down to energy and powers. We had to give him a chance by letting him use the gauntlet. Now, round three. It's all strategy, right? Your
Hmm.
third thought process is strategy. Uh, People underestimate Thanos.
They
You
do
know,
because they see him as this big
he's art
hulking brute that can barely do anything. That's deception right there. Just because he looks like that,
right,
that doesn't mean he.
but he's
Mm. Go ahead.
yeah, he is, and but so he's arguably Marvel's greatest tactician. So like he like tactically, he like as we said, like he is a general. Like Darkseid kind of rules like a king in a sense with just all these people there. He's not really like a general. He just like, okay, we're gonna go in, we're gonna take over, we're gonna unleash demons and magic all over, and you're going to bow to me. Thanos is no, no, no. We're gonna just destroy half of everything. We're gonna take everything, and we are going to conquer. And there's different thought processes between taking over and ruling versus going in to conquer. And for Thanos, it is more of the hunt in that case scenario. Thanos studies his opponents, sometimes for years before making even a single attempt at an altercation against these people that he's going after. He manipulates. Thanos has the ability to manipulate heroes, partly because of the gauntlet, also with just by being Thanos. He's smart enough to be able to say something or leave something aside where people don't know Thanos is there, and like all they find something and it manipulates. I mean, manipulation is one of Thanos's games. Um, as I said, he plans for years ahead on just one move. Darkseid, however, as we said, rules Apocalypse for ages, and he's just pretty much a a ruler. He sees himself as a king, and he just says, "This will be it." And then when it comes down to him coming and doing the fight, that is kind of like the last resort when Darkseid comes in to take part in the battle. Thanos likes to put himself in it at all points in time. Now, the scenario, if we base Thanos versus Darkseid, the fight starts. Thanos lands some massive punches. Darkseid barely moves because Darkseid's just a massive, and strength wise, we agree that Darkseid has more strength than Thanos.
Absolutely.
Uh,
He absolutely does. Like it's like
Thanos.
literally, like we said, Superman had to struggle to fight this dude. He literally had a hard time
Now,
fighting Darkseid.
questioning whether or not he has the Infinity Gauntlet or not. I question on whether or not Thanos could avoid Omega beams.
Outside of the Infinity Gauntlet or gems, probably not. I don't think he would have.
Probably not. He might have the ability to dodge. After all, he is a master of battle. He's
Yeah,
a
he's a
master of
warrior,
war. So
but he's gonna get tired
so the
eventually. Though
ability to
he's gonna get tired eventually.
right. So eventually,
Just
one of those
like
Omega
Batman.
beams.
Just he could probably
Right.
do it a couple of
So
times, but eventually he's gonna get fatigue, and then he's gonna be
right.
out
So
for the count.
eventually, one of those Omega beams will hit.
Yeah, you can only dodge.
And Darkseid being strong enough to keep this up. Probably a little bit, as we said, his energy base would make him strong enough to just keep on going. Like, I can do this all day.
Yeah,
8 out of 10.
absolutely.
Darkseid wins. 8 out of 10.
Darkseid. If it's not
Now,
if that's
scenario two,
cheating, it's definitely Darkseid for the win.
right. So now, okay, let's say we do include the Infinity Gauntlet on this, right? And so we're like, okay, this kind of changes things with the Infinity Gauntlet. You get with all 6 stones, Thanos can control time, space, reality, souls, minds, and even power itself. He is Thanos has defeated cosmic entities, the Silver Surfer. He's even defeated Captain Marvel. He's defeated, as Odin himself. He's pretty darn strong, when it comes down to who he is. And that's with and possibly and without the Infinity Gauntlet in certain case scenarios, or even just a few of the stones in his possession. Now, say he has the gauntlet, Darkseid fires Omega beams. Yeah. Cheat code, freeze time. Question is, do the Omega beams interact with time freezes?
That's a good
or
question.
Time reversals.
Yeah, it either reverses or it freezes, and Thanos just gets out of the way, and then he could just push Darkseid into the Omega beams.
Right.
He could possibly do that.
So, but that's assuming that the Omega beams are sensitive to time. And if that's the case, then right there, in my book, Thanos probably already won. Now, he can mess with the reality. Omega beams turn into bubbles from a child's bubble wand.
Yep.
Or
it turns into like literally, I don't know, a speck of those little stunt when you prank someone. It's just a little shock.
right.
It's a little minor shock. It's not gonna hurt you. So maybe he could like make
or
it less
even
hurtful like that. Go for it, Dan.
or even the most common that everybody's going to be. Well, Thanos can just snap his fingers, and Darkseid and or half of his army is erased from existence.
Yeah.
So, assuming that you have the cheat code, you have the game genie, you have the Infinity Gauntlet, Thanos wins 9 out of 10 times on that. But in true form, this is where the debate may go off the rails, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, Darkseid, most people see fighting Superman is generally treated as an avatar to the higher dimensional being, often called True Darkseid, in a lot of the major DC stories. The True Darkseid exists on the level beyond a single universe during events like Final Crisis. Um, and the very existence threatens the structure of the multiverse itself. So, like, I don't even think that Thanos could compete with that, even with the gauntlet against that version. Even the gauntlet Thanos has a serious problem. Is the gauntlet can only control what's in that part of the multiverse and that section of time itself. The true winner
Yeah.
will always be Darkseid.
Yep. Darkseid wins. Even with cheats, he still wins. Depending on the version that you use, of course. But he's
Yeah. So if
yeah,
we're
he
making
wins.
a movie version of this scenario, I'd say this is a Darkseid movie. Darkseid wins.
We know that how the comic book industry is. They always have to do bullshit draws or something like that, or the fight gets interrupted. The like a low tier character that they don't care about, then they'll do that. Because that's the one thing that I don't like
Oh
about
yeah.
crossover when they do DC versus Marvel or Marvel versus DC or whatever they phrase it as. They always do the fights, but they for some reason they never finish the fights. They never do. It's like they get interrupted with a bigger evil afoot, or they just say, "Guys, what are we doing here? We shouldn't be fighting each other. We're all heroes." Stuff like that. It's like,
Right. Well, in this case scenario, it's like, why are we fighting each other? We're all villains.
yeah, we should be
We're
fighting the
villains
heroes. We
here.
should be fighting the heroes. Why are we fighting each other? This is stupid.
Remember, kids, the good guys are truly the bad guys.
Mm-hmm.
That's way too modern. That's way too Twitter for my taste. But okay, whatever.
No, but it's like it's stupid because it's like, oh man, you have these scenarios, and I understand you don't want your characters of your flagship company, right, to look weak, but at the same time, however, you got to show that they can kick ass and actually fight each other.
Yeah.
Like, I understand you're not going to have
Um,
Spider-Man beat the Flash, but I could see Spider-Man beat Kid Flash, right? I could see that
okay.
scenario. I'm saying that because
Okay.
are you going to let Barry Allen lose to Peter Parker? You're not that.
Hmm.
And are you going to let Peter Parker lose?
It's a good question. I have not put thought into that mashup. Now, as you can see, that there's been a little thought put into Darkseid versus Thanos. But never had thought about that. So, since we're doing movie adaptations, and we just gave DC a great idea, Marvel DC, play nice and make this Thanos versus Darkseid compilation that we want to see, and Marvel, let don't let your ego get ahead of you. Darkseid's going to win. I'm sure even the fans would
Mm-hmm.
believe that.
Dude, but and if
Would
they
you watch
don't,
this as a
I
movie
would.
or even an animated feature? Oh,
I
okay.
would definitely, and I hope people in the audience would definitely watch.
Now, so here's the question. Because Darkseid has the ability to open up portals to other realities and other dimensions because his kingdom is in another dimension. Do you think that Darkseid comes to the Marvel universe, or is there some sort of event that crosses universes to make the Marvel universe come to where the DC universe? How would we put this together?
Well, see Darkseid somehow going into the Marvel universe and trying to conquering it, and then Thanos is like,
Yeah,
no, I'm doing that. You're not gonna do that.
this is
This
my
is
universe
my
to
universe
conquer.
conquer. I It kind of makes Thanos really or low light neutral. Doing this to help people. He's doing this to help himself because if he allows this guy to conquer the universe, he's essentially a prisoner slash gonna be in the list of dead characters in the Marvel universe that Darkseid doesn't want to be alive because there's a threat to him.
Oh
So
yeah.
he's like, no, the death to make sure you don't conquer my universe. And they fight each other, and then you know who's gonna win, Darkseid. And then
No, absolutely.
he takes
You know,
Darkseid's head as a trophy.
I would definitely put Darkseid up as the winner on that. Back to our comic books that became movies.
Mhm.
The Crow.
Oh yeah, definitely.
We had multiple versions of The Crow.
Yeah, like
Brandon
technically
Lee,
3 if you count the TV show City of Angels, right? Or was it
yeah,
City of Dreams? Like the one where it had the dude from Iron
City of
Chef.
something. Yeah, there was
He was good. He was
there
good.
was the TV show. It was a
Which was
TV
technically
show
a
for The Crow.
retelling.
There was.
it was technically a retelling of
I think there was.
the
Wasn't
first
there
movie.
2 TV shows for The Crow? Wasn't there 2? Or let me recall.
I know one of them was from Canada though. I know the show
Yeah.
that I'm thinking of took place in Canada. And unfortunately, one of the guys on the show that was like one of the characters, he died. He was the stunt coordinator slash one of the stunt guys and actors. He died tragically in
Yeah, The
that
Crow
movie.
City of Angels was the 1996 sequel.
Yeah, but wasn't there like a TV? Was it the TV show that came before the movie, or the movie came before the TV show? Because I know the original
The
Crow
TV show
movie.
came first. No,
Okay,
sorry, the TV show came after the movie. The movie
okay,
came first. It was a comic book, then the movie. It was
yeah.
the comic book came out first, then 1994 the original Crow,
The Brandon Lee one, obviously, but
and
I
then
wonder if
City of Angels
yeah,
in 96.
and then
Yeah, you had The Crow Stairway to Heaven, which was the TV series you're talking about that was filmed out of Canada. 22 episodes. It was sorry, yeah, 1 season. 1 season. And you know who made that? It was the horror film company A22 that did that.
really,
The horror film company, yeah. The people at A22 were the people who did that Canadian TV show. And that was The Crow Stairway to Heaven. That was in 1998
that's
after the second movie came out.
crazy.
Then we had a third movie, which I watched the first 3 movies. I was a big fan of the first one. Second one was all right. Great soundtrack in the second movie. The third movie, Crow Salvation, that was in 2000. I was not exactly a big fan of that. I think it was like direct to video, direct to VHS. The Crow Salvation. Check it out. Directed by Bernhardt and Alruti. or whatever his name was.
The
Then
guy
there
who
was and
played the crow in the TV show, he's close enough to Eric Draven in the movie. So he
yeah,
looks like
he
Brandon a little
very
bit.
much look.
He looks like
Yeah, he
Brandon a
looks
little
like
bit.
Brandon.
So
Yeah.
it's a fair thing. Like if they would have done a sequel with this actor, I would have been okay with that. Because he does look like him, and helps it, Asian, if I'm not mistaken. I believe the actor who portrayed Eric Draven in this show, he ended up becoming his name is Mark. Uh, I think this is a Filipino name, so I'm going to butcher it. Dicasio. I think that's how you say
In
it.
the TV series?
Yes, in the TV series, Mark Dicasios. That dude.
Um Yeah, Mark Dacasius. He was known for
He,
films such as Brotherhood of the Wolf, The Drive. He was in
he
the
he
1994 classic Double Dragon.
he was also in
He
Crying
played Jimmy
Friedman.
Lee in
He was
Double
also in
Dragon.
Crying Friedman as the
Yeah.
character Crying Friedman.
And he was also in the John Wick franchise.
Yes, he is. He's known more. Like, unfortunately, he wasn't that big. Like, his biggest claim to fame, besides the indie movies we just talked about, and besides his TV show, right, was being the host of the English American adaptation to Iron Chef America. Like,
Yeah.
he played the character, the nephew of Japan. That was his character he played.
My uncle, the original Iron Chef.
Yep.
I loved. He was great, and he's in everything. He was in everything, but I loved my first interaction with him was in Double Dragon, which is a okay video game adaptation. And when we go back to adaptations one day and we'll go to video game movies, we'll because we're going to probably hit adaptations
Also,
again. This is our second run on
yeah, also I have to
adaptations.
say this too. I have to preface this. I'm gonna forget this if I don't say this, so I'm sorry if I cut you off, man. He was the original Red Ranger, right? For the pilot for Power Rangers. He was
Was that
Justin.
Power Rangers or Super Sentai?
No, Power Rangers. When Seban was trying to
Oh,
make the pilot version of, it wasn't the the Mighty Morphin one. It was like an early version they took from another show in Japan. He was Justin. He was the original Justin character.
no
Yes.
kidding. Saban took from a show?
Yeah, like,
Really?
like, dude, but seriously, this guy had the show greenlit. He would have been the first Red Ranger in the series. So it's insane. Like it never got picked up. It was I believe the show was Bioman. The one that they adapt, that they
Okay.
shot the pilot for. So he was gonna be, essentially, he was Justin. He was Victor Lee, but he was essentially Justin's character, and in the Power
Right.
Rangers pilot that they shot, and then it didn't get picked up, and then they waited until a couple years later to redo it. But had it got picked up, this guy would have been the Red Ranger, the official.
Yeah. Imagine if certain characters got to be in shows that were initially intended to be in those shows. How much better those shows would probably be. Now, I mean, the Power Rangers was classic, and I did spend quite a bit of my teenage years watching the Power Rangers, and also having a chance to back in '98, getting a chance to do a well, I was an extra on the show. Uh, you could see a very young me in 2 episodes for less than 2 seconds in the background.
Which is a pretty cool thing,
That
dude.
was my only true life acting experience, which is not really acting at all, extra work. It's, stand there, look pretty, pretend you're doing this, and don't move from that red dot.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude. I think that's dude. The fact that you were on the Power Rangers, not seriously, that not a lot of people can say that they were on one of the biggest franchises that was not DC or Marvel / Disney franchises in planet Earth history, and excluding video games such as Pokemon and Sonic and Mario. You take that out of the equation, Power Rangers is probably one of the biggest franchises in the world.
Oh yeah, kinetically, while that show was really awesome, the actors and actresses were really awesome. When it came down to it, they treated the actors so bad, pay wise, financially, everything up and down the line there with that show. They were treated so bad. It came down to it, and they looked at the numbers based off of how much the extras were getting paid and how much the actors were getting paid, and I think it was like an equivalent to getting paid on scale, where it's really small if you have to get like reshoots, or you're sitting there all day long for a certain scene, and like these actors were bending over backwards to get these things filmed for such a simple show. It came out that the extras, what few extras they actually had on that show, because it wasn't a heavy show. The cast down to the extras and the people was a very lightweight show, and it turned out that like the extras ended up by volume getting paid more in the long run than um, the actors themselves, because the way it worked when I was out there in Hollywood is extras were getting paid $100 a day whether they shot your scene or not.
Yeah, and it's disappointing that you hear these horror stories behind the scenes, like the actors literally injuring themselves, and then they basically are forced to go back to work with very little pay. Like they did not. You think, oh my god, they're probably making so much money playing these characters. No, part of the reason is because they didn't shoot a lot of footage, like especially in the first season. It wasn't until where they were able to get the suits. That's why you in scenes where they're not in the suit, they're fighting like the putties and the other types of minion characters. That was the only time that you saw them fighting. The rest of it was just them doing the
No.
acting stuff. But they were not in the suit until much later, and so they didn't get paid that much. And they still didn't barely get paid. They got slightly bumped.
What we've talked about the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers a lot in the past too. We know that our boy Theta, who may or may not end up joining us tonight, he's having some issues with the heat, and it's possibly making it so that way he can't operate his computer tonight. But he loves the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and we on a regular basis talk about the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers there, and we've talked about it to extent here as well, because you're a big fan of the Rangers and Super Sentai,
Yeah,
uh,
they were
and I almost said Super Hentai. That's an entirely different show.
yeah, two different shows, but they use the same footage sometimes and ideas. Sometimes the Japanese
No. What I almost said Super Hentai, not
oh
Super
god,
Sentai.
that's a totally different show altogether or movie. But imagine that though. Yeah,
Indeed, but yeah, a very much. I'm pretty sure there's a Rule 34 out there. It's the internet. We're on the internet. Somebody's going to find it
of
and tag
course.
us to it somewhere.
Uh, but imagine like literally the Japanese sees the American stuff they like so much they copy it themselves. Like there were like I think one or two inspired season in Super Sentai where they were like it's morphing time, and they transplay
It's
a
morphing
random
time.
voice in the background and they transform by morphing. They never they never said morphing time in the Super Sentai series prior to that. They're like, we like this idea, we're gonna take it. So that's what they did. And then sometimes the Sentai,
One good turn deserves
yeah,
another.
and sometimes they refer to the
I
Sentai
mean,
characters as Rangers too. So it's
yeah. So
they copied each other.
Saban stole from
Hmm.
them.
And then they stole from Saban.
They had the right to steal. Hey, you know what? It is the you steal it from me. I'm going to steal it back
Though
from
to
you. I'm
be
not,
fair though, like they have the right. Well, technically, you're using our shit, so we have the right to take this back. So and also the Power Ranger season that they used to adapt it was Zoo Ranger, right? It has Ranger in
uh,
the last part of the name of the word. So yeah,
and by the way, a lot of people who are going to be watching this in the VOD later are going to be, how's this got to do with comic books? Because the Power Rangers were adapted into a comic book
yes they
later on,
were.
and you can actually get Power Rangers comic books to this day. And thanks to uh, the Power Rangers, thanks to Saban, he was able to do one of the very first crossovers with the Ninja Turtles, pulling the similar stylings of the 1990 movie Power Rangers into the Saban, sorry, not Power Rangers, the 1990 movie of the Ninja Turtles into the Saban classic. A lot of people hated it. I find it's underrated. um, I'm a Venus de Milo fan, but Ninja Turtles: The Next Mutation, which did a crossover, the first crossover with the Power Rangers, and now every once in a while you see Ninja Turtle crossovers with the Power Rangers.
Yeah, because that was a rare thing. It wasn't until that live
Yeah.
action Power Ninja Turtle series that it was possible for them to cross over with each other. That's actually the real reason why they made it into a live action show instead of making it into a cartoon and having the Power Rangers voice their characters in that, because they just didn't want to have them record voices for that. That's just the reality of it.
And so and then you have the live animation that adapted into the comic book, a comic book adaptation that went from cartoon to movie and into television series, which had crossed over to the live animation of the Power Rangers, which now has led to multiple adaptations in comic book for crossovers of the Ninja Turtles and the Power Rangers. Great stuff. And I kind of wonder sometimes how the like, because I know, in like, when it came down to the Ninja Turtles for the Next Mutation, they did reference that crossover, and it wasn't just a one-off thing. Now, do you remember of whether or not that the Power Rangers crossover with the Ninja Turtles was referenced after the fact, or did they just forget about it? Like, a lot of those crossovers are like, okay, we're gonna have the crossover episode, but we're gonna forget about it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember, to be honest with you. Because the thing
If
is,
only,
the right reason
if
or whatever,
yeah.
they probably did a thing. Fuck that, you know.
Well, Saban had the rights for the both
Hmm.
shows at that point in time. So I don't know if it was a rights thing or not, but the Ninja Turtles did continue on the lore that during that series, at least, that was established with the crossover.
Well, I don't know. I think that they could have referenced it, but I'm like, but here's the thing. I don't think they did, because you would think during the Dino Thunder anniversary, Tommy talk about the life and times of every Power Ranger up until that point, that he would say, "Oh yeah, by the way, we met up with these weird like lizard turtle things that were ninjas, and they're masked like a giant rat." You would think that they would acknowledge that. They
Yeah.
didn't. So,
But that was also, like, much later, so maybe, like, the rights, like, you would think maybe, okay, well, if during that point in time while, the Next Mutation was going, and they did reference back to that, crossover, in the Next Mutation, uh, you would assume that at least during the time that Saban had the rights to the Ninja Turtles for that, that they would have at least mentioned it.
They
I don't
might
know.
have look. They might have
There's
in passing.
we got to see in person.
Hmm.
And I don't recall. I've only read the crossover comics a couple of times, and I don't have any of those in my collection currently. For the crossover comics that they do quite regularly of the Ninja Turtles, Power Rangers stuff, but um, I don't even know if they reference their meetings, their past meetings at all when they do the crossovers.
No, I don't. I think it's like it could be canon. It could depend on who writes that. It might be canon. It's like Batman Beyond, right? In the DC universe, in the comics, they don't say it's not canon, but they say it's a possible slash story, be a possible future.
Right.
They don't outright say it's not canon, and it comes the storyline with that future. So yeah, it's probably a situation like
Because
that.
there's multiple they did it multiple times. They did on top of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers TV series, they did a 5-issue mini series that was Boom Comics, I believe. Then IDW did a 5-issue mini series. We had Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Ninja Turtles 2019 to 2020, 5 issues. The plot went Power Rangers travel to New York City to find Tommy Oliver, the Green Ranger, only to discover that he's aligned with the Shredder and the Foot Clan. The group clashes with them. The teams team up with the Ninja Turtle. So the teams team up with the Ninja Turtles. And then that was the breakdown of pretty much of how why they went for the comic book crossover in 2019 and 2020. Now, that comic book, I don't recall them having remembered like or even shared the crossover in the that version because those versions did not include the character, my favorite character once again, Venus de Milo of that series. Not my favorite Ninja Turtle character of the Ninja Turtles universe, but my favorite Ninja Turtle character from that series. Um, uh, but Mighty Morphin Power Rangers in 2022, IDW did a series that was Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Ninja Turtles Part Two. Was the second time around, and it's set 6 months after the
Hey,
first one in the
mm,
comic books, and they reunite to face Krang and a new multidimensional threat utilizing upgraded Zord combinations.
but by the way, collectors in the chat. How you doing, collector?
Hey, collector, how you doing? Yes, we're talking about movies, television series, and comic books that's either adapted in one way or the other, whether there are comic books that adapted into movies or movies that adapted into comic books. If you want to join us on the chat, feel free to let me know, and I'll pop the link into the chat for you, and you can join us. So yeah. But yeah, so like
Yeah.
that next one just takes place 6 months later, and they get new Zords that kind of work with that universe or that crossover. Then they do a third one and that just came out this year, which was another 5 issue set. I believe that was an IDW set as well, where the plot goes Lord Zed and the Shredder join forces in the ultimate escalation, forcing the Rangers and the Turtles into desperate cross dimensional warfare, featuring the heightened mutant villains and new Ranger aliens. I did not read that series, although I really want to. The covers are sweet. Just saying. I love the covers. And we've had a lot of comic book crossovers come into film adaptation. I'm not sure if you saw the going back to Batman again. If you saw Batman and the Ninja Turtles, it
Oh,
was
that
a
was
good
good.
cartoon. Although I was not too thrilled with it for one reason. You know me, I hate Damian Wayne.
Yeah, I just feel like they had to tack him on because he was introduced in the comic at the time. So they like I would have preferred maybe had Tim Drake or you know you know Dick Grayson, whether it's Robin or Nightwing or Tim Drake as Robin or Red Hood. That would have been an interesting storyline for them to have, because that way there's 4 on 4.
Right,
You
right.
got the Ninja Turtles, and you have Batman, Nightwing, Red Hood, and Robin as Tim Drake. So that way they could all fight each other and stuff, right? Because what is Batman gonna do? Fight all 4? Because then it's gonna be like, oh, really? We're gonna have Batman beat all 4 Ninja Turtles? It's at least it's fair where you have like the other guys with Batman. Anything could happen.
Right, but this movie does the classic trope. The Batman Ninja Turtles animated movie does the classic trope of when you have heroes
Hmm.
come across other heroes they don't know. They assume they're bad guys, and the movie when it's advertised, you pushes itself off as Batman versus the Ninja Turtles, but that's really a small sequence in the film.
Yeah, but
Uh,
thing they don't want to do, like, the reality, it should have been called Batman and the Ninja Turtles, but you know why they didn't do that? Because that would sound too corny. Batman versus the Ninja Turtles sounds like a cooler title, so they chose that instead. Because this isn't the 1960s or 70s, oh, Batman and the Ninja Turtles, right?
yeah.
Because they didn't want it to be cornbally.
Well,
Verse.
collector, if you want to join us at any point in time, the link is in the chat. Hey, Captain Garatina, if you want to join us in on this chat, you're free to join. Click on the link. I put it in the chat, and you too can join us as well. We're talking about adaptations of television series and movies that were either adapted into comic books or the other way around, comic books that were adapted into movies. And we were just talking about the Ninja Turtles, Power Rangers, and Batman crossovers, which found their way both in comic books and television and movie adaptations.
Yeah,
If you two want to
because
join
not
us,
for nothing,
click on the link.
that movie, I liked it, but I agree with you. Like, was kind of misleading.
Oh,
It
absolutely.
like it's like they weren't enemies. They were literally on the same side. It's just, again, calling it Batman and the Ninja Turtles, it would have sounded too cheesy, and they didn't want it to be that way. Even though it really was that way, but it's like they just wanted it to be cool sounding.
No, absolutely. Absolutely.
Like, for example, if they ever do a Naruto Ninja Turtles animated movie or like TV miniseries, it's gonna be Ninja Turtles versus Naruto, or Naruto versus Ninja Turtles. It's not gonna be Ninja Turtles and Naruto. That's not gonna happen.
All right. Here's my breakdown. Okay. Think of Ninja Turtles Part 3.
Hmm. Okay.
The third movie in the franchise for the original franchise. A lot of people hated it. Maybe this
Wait, was
might
that
make
the
it better.
one where they went in the past and they met Casey Jones'
Big Turtles
descendant?
in Time. It was the Turtles in Time version of Ninja Turtles, the Ninja Turtles movie.
Okay. Okay.
While a lot of people hated it, I liked it. It touched on a lot of it gave me a lot of the cartoon tropes, and
Yeah, that was the
this
criticism. People had a criticism with the last 2 movies, right? The previous movie, which was 2, was trimmed down to be more for kids compared to the first one. The first one was the best Ninja
No,
Turtles movie.
it was the best incarnation that would merge the cartoon with the original Eastman and Laird thought process.
Hmm.
Darker,
Like, basically
little bit.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2003, but in live action form. Like that's what it was. It was literally that, just like the original comics that were in black and white, or when it was in color, they all had red. It was the best version. But the 2, 3 were basically the cartoon. It was literally
Well, it was they kind of took away the darkness for two to a certain degree. It still had some dark
yeah.
features,
But
but not as
Michelangelo
many.
couldn't even use
It
nunchucks
was
in that. Remember, he couldn't even fucking.
they once again they were playing with Europe, trying to sell a movie in Europe. The same reason why they got rid of Michelangelo's nunchucks in the cartoons, because they couldn't air it in Europe,
Yeah, they had to
and
digitally edit. They literally had to digitally edit the nunchucks in Europe and give them like a weird grappling hook belt thingy.
he had like a yo-yo type grappling hook thing.
Yeah, or
Yeah,
chain
it was
thing. It was a weird weapon.
yeah.
I don't even think it was a real weapon. They just created it to not say it's nunchucks.
Yeah, yeah, and so in the second movie, the saying that they had him using some nunchucks, which they kind of had him using it a
Yeah,
couple of
but
times, but
it
not
was
really.
the
Uh,
pastrami
they,
nunchucks. Remember the
at the
pepperoni?
beginning of the movie, they used the
Yeah,
pastrami pepperoni as nunchucks, but even then, like they kind of like found ways around it, but they still had it there. But then third movie, uh, um went way cartoony, but at the same time, I was not disappointed with the third movie. It could have
mm.
been better. Now, my problem with the third movie was the Casey Jones storyline. They did not utilize Casey Jones appropriately. Keeping him in the present day, having to play babysitter, was kind of like a fu to Casey Jones, and I really felt like they could have done better with that part of the storyline. Like I don't care that they made it cartoony for the turtles in time thing. You know, they had to do what they had to do, right? But at the same time, if they would have given me an appropriate Casey Jones in the present time, watching over these out of time ninjas, then I would have been much happier. But at the same time, uh, that was where it disappointed me in the third movie, not the making it closer to the cartoon.
Yeah.
And a lot of people were bagging on, well, they changed the costumes because it wasn't
Oh, the
the Jim
costumes
Henson
oh my
costumes that they
god,
were
they
using.
were horrible. Horrible.
But they were as close as they possibly can get without touching the Jim Henson stuff. And for the most part, virtually similar.
Why couldn't they just recycle the suits
They
from the first movie? I don't understand that. Did they get damaged that bad?
some of the suits were damaged, and even then, if you look at some of the suits now that are remaining, I think there's only one suit that was of the many different versions of the suits that they made. That one set that didn't get too damaged. That's in the Smithsonian right now. That they don't show. They keep it in like an environmentally safe area, and like a lot of the rubber and the latex that they use to make these suits, they decomposed. There's some people who have like some of the original suits that are parts of the original suits that you can see like if you like the headpieces decomposed, latex doesn't last that long. It's not intended to. It's supposed it's these things are not intended to last very long. They're lucky if a lot of these things, these practical effects, the suits and all these things that they use to do this stuff, you're lucky if it lasts a single movie, let alone doesn't rip during the movie. And they had a lot of problems with that with the Jim Henson stuff because they put some animatronics within the head pieces. They believe it or not, the third movie had better animatronics within the headpieces. People just didn't like the look. They gave age spots, liver
I
spots to
think
some of
it,
the turtles. You know,
but I think the reason why is because you compare the Jim Henson one, they looked more lifelike and friendlier compared to the third one. The third one looks like horrifying. They look like
well, they looked more cartoony to a certain degree, but also like in a sense, the Jim Henson ones fit that cartoon aesthetic as well. It was a lot for a lot of people. It was the color arrangements, not necessarily the build. And some people were like, okay, the shells kind of looked different as well. Yeah, the shells kind of were a little off. But regarding some of the characters in the with the shells, they kind of made some of the characters look well, Raphael had a little bit of weather damage on his shell, which I kind of liked.
Yeah,
Where
definitely.
like they didn't, like I mean there was good and bad things about these the costuming for the third movie. I really liked the third movie to a certain degree. Like I said, the disappointment in the third movie was the Casey Jones storyline. Now, if we were to like do a crossover back over to the crossover, like say for example, we were talking about a potential crossover with if we were to cross over the Ninja Turtles with Naruto, right?
Which they
Now
did,
that's
which
the
they did in the
that would be
comics.
an
They did.
did
Yeah,
they
they
do that in the
did, but they haven't
comics?
done an animated thing or a live action movie. They might in the future. Uh, it all depends on how well it does. Like, you know, basically buys.
Naruto
Yeah,
crossover.
it exists. It's an Elseworld story, basically, like where basically part one, Naruto, Sasuke, and Kakashi are basically make Sakura look Sasuke and Naruto to fight the Ninja Turtles. And essentially, the Ninja Turtles do the jutsus that in the Naruto world. Um, yeah, it's an alternate
Went.
universe. It's
Okay.
Land of the Big
So
Apple.
I got the I got the breakdown. Okay, so the official Ninja Turtles Naruto crossover comic book is a four-issue miniseries produced by IDW and in collaboration with Viz Media, written by Caleb Gallner, an illustrator illustrated by Hendry Persetti. The story unites the heroes in a half shell with Team Seven. The setup: reporter April O'Neil meets secretly with Sundre. Is that Sundre? Is that how you say it? Sundre. Yeah, with Tsunade, and leader of the Leaf Village. The conflict of the Foot Clan believes that April holds vital secrets regarding Baxter Stockman's mutation research. Now, the team up: Naruto, Sasuke, and
Kakashi, Kakashi,
Kashahi,
Kakashi.
Kakashi. I can never say their names. Uh,
Naruto,
not Naruto
Sakura.
was one that I watched, but I wasn't
Yeah,
one that I watched
Naruto,
regularly. I didn't watch that regular.
Naruto, uh, Uzumaki Naruto, or Naruto Uzumaki, Sasuke Uchiha, or Uchiha Sasuke,
Sasuke,
and Sakura
Sakura,
Hirano,
and
Sakura Hirano, or Hirano Sakura,
yeah.
Kakashi Hatake, or Hatake Kakashi. That's
Well, they get involved in this involved to protect April O'Neil, and the Ninja Turtles soon arrive to help, leading to an action-packed crossover event.
yeah.
It looks like a good one. Now,
I
now
read it. I read the first few issues. Two. I think I didn't read the third one, but I read two of them. It was good. I liked. My only issue is like, why are they have Shippuden level abilities? I'm assuming they wanted to make Sakura and Naruto a little bit competent fighting the Ninja Turtles in fighting, like because Sakura basically has raw Nade Hokage that I told you about. She has brute strength. Fight any of the ninja. So it makes sense. I'm okay with it. It's just a little weird. They're basically doing Shippuden. They're basically using part one visually, but giving them their Shippuden abilities, or some of them. And
real quick, just want to say hi to chat real quick. DJ Longhair, no, we're not doing crossovers. We're doing adaptations. We're talking about comic books and movies that that were adapted into television, and some of the stuff that we had talked about did happen to be crossovers.
Yeah, a little bit of it. Yeah.
And we're talking about also like some of the television series and movies that also made their way into comic books, and therefore this crossover event that we're speaking of, particularly with the Ninja Turtles and Naruto, was a comic book crossover of a TV series, Naruto, that made its way towards the comic book universe.
Yep. And
hey Jamie, how you doing?
and Longhair, if you want to join, DJ, if you want to join us, you can if you want. Links in the description. So there you go. You're muted.
Oh, we wanted to make, and we're did that as
Sorry,
accidentally hit the wrong button.
I gotta tell you, it's happening.
Yeah, so we're talking about comic book adaptations or television and movie adaptations that made their way to comic books, and some of these just so happen to be crossovers. So one of the things I would like to we're going as long as we can. It doesn't look like Theta will be doing his show tonight, so we're just gonna go as long as we feel like talking.
Yeah.
Until one of our voices go out.
Yeah, I know what you mean by that, because we had fun yesterday and 2 days prior to that, and talking's fun, but it's not fun when you lose your voice or it gets strained. It's not fun.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's good to talk a lot, but the best part about having other people around you is when you don't talk a lot, you save energy with your throat, so you don't have that issue.
So I would like to imagine how the third adaptation of the Ninja Turtles movie franchise would have went if, instead of the standard Turtles in Time storyline that we had, the Turtles instead went back in time to the Naruto timeline, keeping the movie the way it is, and also giving Casey Jones a better storyline regarding the out of time ninjas. What do you think? Should we think about that for a second?
I mean, it could work, but here's the problem with Naruto, right? Because I used to think it Lord does it right. It's the thing that Naruto is dressed, right? Like something from olden Japan time.
Right. Well, instead of setting it in 1603 Japan, we'll set it in a more of a dimensional rift, where it's instead of that, we'll like say it's like some sort of dimensional rift. Here's my thought process of how it would go. We still have the scepter. April gets the scepter for Splinter because it's something that looks like something that Splinter would like, as the storyline went. Now the opening stays pretty much unchanged. April buys this ancient scepter. The turtles fool around with it in the sewer, and the exchange occurs where the turtles get transported to this alternate place, and the other ninjas are there. And except instead of sending them to 1603 Japan, the scepter tears open a dimensional rift. Leonardo wakes up behind carved faces of the Hakujin. And they're in a they're in Kano Hakur, decades before Naruto was born. During the years when the third Hokage is young and the
It's
legendary
Hokage. It's okay, dude.
Salmon
Hokage.
Hokage. Sorry, I'm not good with these words. I'm
I
trying my
understand,
best.
dude.
I didn't watch
Not only that, but
Naruto.
the Japanese
I
names,
watched Naruto, but I didn't pay as much
Japanese
attention.
names aren't easy for me
Yeah.
either, dude. I literally, if it wasn't for the fact that I
Yeah.
watched the English dub anime version, if I read the manga first, I would have ended up like you, just mispronouncing it. If it wasn't for the anime saying it
Right.
like that, Hokage and Ninja and Tsunade, like I would have said Tsunade. But no, it's the T's silent for whatever reason. It's pronounced Suna, like it's weird. And there's no E like in Sue, right? So
So
it's Tsunade.
right.
Um,
Right. Okay. Well, I'll do my best
no,
to
it's okay,
try not
dude.
to
If you
butcher.
need my help with some of these names,
Like I said, I only watched. I didn't watch the episode the TV series religiously. It was one of those things that was on when I was waiting for my animes to come
no,
out.
it's okay, man.
Well, so immediately, we'll say immediately, just like in the original movies, the turtles realize that something's wrong. Uh, they see ninjas, but they're not just ninjas. They're not just
Right.
warriors. There's something entirely different. They see fireballs, shadow clones, the ability to summon beasts, the chakra. Okay, so far we have just a little change in the storyline. The To the turtles, this is like discovering that every ninja legend Splinter ever told them was true. Now Casey Jones. Now we're going to give him a better story. Instead of just simply staying behind to babysit displaced samurai, Casey becomes the leader of the accidental home team. Those out of time samurai struggle to understand the modern New York. Some want to honor their agreement, others believe they should conquer the strange future or the strange place. Now, their ambition, they steal the turtles' weapons that are on display in their new turtle den. In the second movie, takes place in the subway. Casey then feels the need to stop the leader of the squad, and Casey gives his own. It has his own movie. Instead of waiting around for in April's apartment, his arc becomes something else. Instead of waiting around in the sewer, Casey's arc becomes something else. Not just the guy with the hockey stick. He's forced to become a real leader. By the end, even the samurai acknowledge Casey as a true warrior. Kind of similar to what happens, but we're going to probably add more to it, right? Leonardo, now back, the turtles meet the hidden leaf. Each turtle naturally bonds with different members of the shinobi. Leonardo immediately admires the discipline of the leaf. He is fascinated by Anbu, Koshki's father, another elite swordsman of the era, could become someone Leo deeply respects.
Yes.
Let's say Leo starts questioning whether ninjas should serve leaders or ideals. Now, Raphael, with his character archetype, we'll assume that Raphael consistently challenges everybody as usual. He spars with Dewey.
Wait. How spelled?
I'm DUI.
DUI.
Man.
Oh my god, I don't know.
Well, he's Mighty Dewey.
Maito guy.
Mito guy. Okay. He gets absolutely wrecked, and again because Raphael refuses to give up. And we'll say Raphael finally realizes his strength isn't just anger, but it's persistence. And pretty much each of the turtles get their like kind of like counterpart in that universe.
Yeah, you could do that. Absolutely.
One of the elders recognize Splinter's. We'll say Splinter is there as well. One of the elders recognize Splinter's fighting style, not because of Hamato Yoshi, but because the Hamato clan once trained beside the shinobi from the land of the fire centuries ago.
Yeah, we could do something like that. Absolutely.
Yeah. Now, it would make it much better storyline. I don't know. Stupid idea. But I stand by my original statement that I kind of liked the third movie. It was cute. It hit the right spot. It gave me the nostalgia where nostalgia feels appropriate. And you know me, I don't like it when you throw nostalgia at me.
Well,
So.
nostalgia, to me, it's just a temporary solution. Like, it's good if done right, but I don't want you to do the member berry bullshit that to distract how bad it really is. Because look at Ghostbusters
Right.
2016. They did the member berries there and it failed. It didn't work.
Oh, absolutely.
Hey, look, we
you
got
know,
we got three
like a lot
fourths
of
of the original Ghostbuster cast as different characters.
right, yeah.
The movie was still shit.
It
Still
hurt.
shit.
It hurt. It hurt. It had potential in it.
Well,
It,
here's the
it,
thing.
it hurt.
Because Paul Feig screwed it up. Because originally, if they would have not made it into a BS comedy movie, and I know that the original Ghostbuster had some comedic elements to it, obviously, but not to the point it's like an SNL or a Mad TV parody of the fucking movie, you know? Anywho,
Yeah.
Ghostbusters Coke Squad would have they was going to be involved, Channing Tatum, maybe Jonah Hill, and I forgot the other person. Maybe Danny McBride. I don't remember. But it would have been basically the Ghostbusters, but they would have been called Ghost Squad. And what I would have done would be like Ghostbusters opens up, basically creates a company or co companies around the world. So imagine this: we can get a Ghostbusters story. We can have an official Ghostbusters movie in Spanish and dubbed in English, and the cast from the original Ghostbusters show up, or some of them. Hey, ¿cómo estás? Yo soy aquí para tu ayuda, right? Angel llamó a ti, right? You could have done something like that, and it would. Honestly, there's a lot of supernatural stuff in Mexico, dude, and in Latin America. You could have had witches, evil witches, evil so-called demons or chupacabras, things like that. You could have had that whole thing in Ghostbusters, and just call it something else, and then to have it in Japan, like these spirits. It doesn't have to be even ghosts only. It could be evil spirits or vampires, ghouls, anything. Werewolves.
See, that was the problem with it. Real quick, I just want to welcome in the one, the only Theta of Nerd Archaeology. I want you guys to put your hands together and welcome him in with a lot of noise, a lot of fanfare. This man right. Hey, Theta, how you doing?
Theta.
I'm hot as hell. I don't know how long I'll be able to stay up here. My room is like a hot box right now, and we're waiting for the AC guy to come and fix it. But it is.
You're waiting for Slater?
Yeah, AC Slater, exactly.
Yeah.
As long as Screech doesn't come by and we can get Kelly Kapowski, maybe that'll that'll just make it hotter in here.
Screech probably
Sorry.
would come, but it'd be 3 E's. Remember that?
Yeah, but if Kelly came by, it would just make things hotter, and
Yeah.
I would probably have to go even
Absolutely.
sooner.
Absolutely.
But yeah, yeah. Thank you for letting me here, inviting me on here for a little bit. I'll stay as long as I can deal with this heat.
Mhm.
So yeah.
Yeah, so we were
Yeah.
basically
So we
talking about like Ghostbusters. We were talking about how like 2016 was just terrible because they basically made it into an SNL, like a woman's SNL says Mad TV skit.
Yeah.
When we
Well,
know,
well,
yeah,
well. I would combine that with brides. I mean, because
Bridesmaids,
literally,
yeah, Paul Feig. But what I'm
Paul
saying
Feig
is
made
they made it.
bridesmaids.
But that's what I'm saying. It's a female version of
Yeah,
SNL slash Mad TV skit, like a parody. We get it.
exactly.
Ghostbusters had
And they
jokes.
tried to make
Yeah.
that one chick, the Egon character, like
Mhm.
just this like batshit like
Insane.
Harold Ramis had made Egon's character into an art form, like the way that he was played in the original Ghostbusters movies was brilliant. It wasn't over the top. It was just perfect. The way that he was odd, but he was odd because he had certain reasons for being odd. The woman that tried to do that type of character, she was just batshit crazy for the sake of being batshit crazy. There was no rhyme or reason to it. It was ridiculous.
All right, so it was they had so much potential, and then they really ruined it. So we've communicated about multiple shows that went back and forth between
Here's
comic books and movies,
the thing.
but Archie.
I never got into
Archie.
Archie.
Okay, well, Archie Comics had like the Riverdale TV series, but before
They
that,
did.
there was a movie. There was a movie in 1990. Not enough people talk about it. It was called Archie to Riverdale and Back Again. And they took the characters from Archie and put them in live action, starring Christopher Rich as Archie Andrews. Betty Cooper was played by Lauren Holly, and Jughead was played by Sam Whipple, and Veronica Karen Hopkins, and Reggie was played by Gary Kroger, and many more actors from the 90s that were smaller, more TV based, but it portrayed a more kind of grown up Archie.
Yeah,
Now, the classic comic
that's
book,
what I heard about it.
yeah, the classic comic book characters created by John Goodwater were brought to TV in a slightly older version where the characters were adults returning to their high school reunion, remembering old times and romances from the good old Riverdale High days. Um, People don't give it enough respect. It's a horrible movie, but a great movie. Especially if you like Archie and you want to forget about like Riverdale for a minute, and we want to like not necessarily think about the cartoons that were based off of the Archie's cartoon series or the Archie show, or even um, other shows that spawned off from the Archie universe, like Sabrina the Teenage Witch and Josie and the Pussycats. But I'm assuming that nobody saw it other than me. If you haven't seen it, we're going to scoot right past it, but you got to give it a watch. This would be a great one. Archie to Riverdale and Back Again. If you wanted to have something that you could,
Okay,
an hour
sorry,
and
I'm
40
back.
minutes of nostalgic fun, this would be a great one for maybe a Theta Theater broadcast.
Oh
Just
yeah.
saying. Yeah, it's a great B-rate direct-to-TV movie, but it was pretty good in my opinion for what it was. It threw nostalgia at you in the right directions, especially in the 90s when we weren't traditionally just using nostalgia as a grab. Um, so definitely check that one out. Archie to Riverdale and back again. I enjoyed it.
Cool.
That was just one of my favorite that we did back that we looked at back in the day. For comic book movies, we talked the other day for a little bit about Barbed Wire, starring Pamela
Yeah,
Anderson,
I remember
and
that.
it was one of the characters that was invented by Stan Lee, and it was part of Stan Lee's other comic book company. After he left Marvel for a while, he established his own comic book company, and we had a few characters like Barbed Wire, and that was a comic book movie as well. I really liked it. If anybody, I don't know if it's been so long since I've seen it. I can't remember if I liked it because it had Pamela Lynn
Yeah,
Anderson.
it's the same.
But
Yeah, same for me. I liked it, but I don't know if I liked it for the right reasons.
but during this takes place in a more rockin'. It's very much more of a rock and roll kind of atmosphere. The whole movie, the action
Like a
sequences are
goth
kind of camp,
dominatrix looking
goth
type of.
dominatrix, action adventure, rock and roll. Kind of, there are vehicles that kind of like very Mad Maxy. But this during a second American Civil War that took place in 2017, Barbed Wire opens a nightclub called Hammerhead. Things become complicated when her ex-lover, Axel Hood, who is married to the fugitive Karina Devonshire, re-enters her life and total chaos.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
We're
I
talking-
remember. I mean, I watched it several times. So,
We're
but
talking-
while I'm thinking about it, everybody in here, please support KJ and King and help King get a microphone. If y'all could share this out on Facebook, Twitter, X, wherever you go, please support this channel and keep it alive. This is their. I know KJ doesn't like to talk about it, but this channel is kind of in dire straits, just like mine. So if y'all wouldn't mind, sharing this out to people that would help keep the channel going and keep it alive, it would mean a lot to me, and I know it'd mean a lot to KJ and King.
Yeah, it was,
and I'm glad to see you get Jamie and Collector. Y'all are awesome. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, we really need the help to keep the channel going, pretty much without a watermark. Also, if you get a chance, if you haven't already done so, make sure you give King Style a follow. Take a screenshot of this, run it through your QR code reader, and that QR code will bring you directly to King Style's page. We need to get him up to 50, so that way.
Yeah, 50 isn't such a big number. I mean, that's very doable. So if y'all know anybody that wants to be a part of an awesome channel like this, please share it out to as many people as you can.
All right, because remember, King Style is our king. We bow down to worship him. So back to comic books. We definitely give Barbed Wire a watch. I like that movie. It's a great movie. They even had a cartoon series for that one as well. Pamela Anderson returned to use with her voice on that. Yeah, good show, good cartoon. I enjoyed it. Once again, my childhood. Now, a lot of people make fun of it. Batman, the 1966 movie. We've been back and forth to Batman all evening because
that was the first VHS movie that I ever owned. I can't even tell you how many times I've watched that.
Well, it's classic, and I know you have your can of shark repellent with you at all points in time.
Yeah, well, and there's some days when you just can't get rid of a bomb.
It's in fact true. This is one movie that I have spent many of Saturdays watching, and when they've played that on television, whenever it comes on, I just have to sit and watch it. Just
Yeah.
pretty much like anything that you see on television for the 1960s Batman, but 1966 Batman the movie. Do you have anything to say about this one, King?
Interesting.
I
Yeah, I never thought about it
Yeah,
like that.
I think King stepped aside
Yeah.
just for a moment, but
I know. I'm just going.
and then we went Batman in '89. Everybody knows our thoughts on Batman, on the Batman franchise, particularly with the Schumacher stuff later.
I remember my
Blade.
mom's husband at the time bought us all like Batman, t-shirts, the gold bat symbol, and we all went to the theater that day and saw it. And first day it came out.
Oh yeah, I snuck into that one myself. But Batman '89 opened up a chance for us to have our darker Batman. As we were talking about, King and I, at the beginning of the movie, thanks to artists like Jim Lee, we were able to experience a more darker DC universe. It kept the camp to a certain degree, but also minimized it. And we were able to figure out how these characters would live in a more real life world that didn't have shark repellent, that didn't have the inability to get rid of a bomb that wouldn't explode.
Yeah.
And we had darker versions of Catwoman, played by Michelle Pfeiffer in Batman Returns. Incredible take. While a lot of people didn't like Michelle Pfeiffer and really wanted to have their Eartha Kitt,
I don't remember anybody being upset about Michelle Pfeiffer.
Oh, there were people who preferred the Eartha Kitt version of Catwoman, and then we saw Michelle Pfeiffer in the leather, and we forgot all about it.
She was brilliant.
For the people
and James, and yeah, Pamela Anderson also did Stripperella, but she did
Stripperella,
as well.
Yeah, and she did Stripperella as well. Good reference. Thank you for bringing that up. We do like Stripperella. Thank you, Jamie, for reminding me of some more of my teenage years that we will not talk about on stream.
Yeah. We're not that we won't, but we're not allowed to. I don't think.
And yeah, Jamie, I'm glad he popped in too. Yeah, I sent the link to the wrong to the wrong email of his.
It's all right.
Yeah, I always forget which email to send links to. Thanks to Batman being able to open up a more darker side of comic book movies, and we were able to remove the camp, even though Joel Schumacher said otherwise. We ended up getting different Batman versions, some darker than the others, and they asked us how we got these scars. But because of Batman '89, in 1998, we got the character that we've been waiting for forever to come out in movies.
Blade.
At least I was, and that was Blade.
Yeah, that was one of the best superhero. It still is one of the best superhero movies ever.
Yeah.
At least that's my opinion. Well,
Man,
the Crow is my favorite.
We talked about the Crow at the beginning for a little bit.
Well, that's literally one of my top 3 favorite movies of all time, if not number 1. I love that movie. I even got my grandmother to love that movie.
It was a great
and that's saying something. Like an old redneck grandma watching the movie and like I actually getting like emotional from it. That tells you how good the movie is.
King and I have in our list of upcoming things that we want to do is movies based off of life after death, and also
That's a good topic.
supernatural topic. So we're gonna
Yeah.
we got some of those going on, and probably might do it on your show as well.
Well,
Who
yeah.
knows?
I mean, I want to
Uh,
bring back my old show and maybe rename it, but the Phenomenon Files. But where we talk about horror and
it'll be good times. It'll be good
yeah.
times.
I think
So with
there's a lot to talk about.
Blade, starring Wesley Snipes, we had Stephen Dorff and Chris
Stephen Dorff, yeah.
Christopherson. Chris Christopherson kicks butt in just about everything.
Oh yeah,
I love Chris Christopherson,
I do too. Yeah. He was
and
brilliant.
we got what we were looking for with Blade. Like,
Dude, yeah, that just the opening scene. Like, if you would have just left, I mean, obviously, I love the entire movie, but I'm just saying, if you just watch the opening scene in that club, that fight scene right there is, I mean, that'll make me shoot my load all over
oh,
my room.
there's a description.
It was just so brilliant. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That opening sequence, you're in the nightclub and the blood just
and it
comes.
starts raining blood from the sprinklers, and they're just partying, and then all of a sudden everything stops, and you see like Blade from the boots, and then it starts scrolling up to see his face, and then he just starts kicking ass and taking names, and then pulls his I have the sword of the Daywalker and the glaive that he throws. So yeah, I was a huge fan. I'm a huge fan of props, movie props in general. So
So here's the thing with Blade. I really liked Blade. That movie hit. It was a lot of people in the right directions, and when Blade 2 came out, there was a little bit of but it still worked. Then
but
Trinity.
now I'm hearing that people like part 2 better than part 1.
Oh yeah, it's one of those things that these a lot of these films have to grow on you.
Yeah.
Now,
I'm
as you
still
know,
at part
and I've said
1
this,
all the way.
I say this all the time regarding throwing nostalgia at me. Like when it came down to the Deadpool Wolverine movie. Now, I approved of the Blade addition to that of
Oh,
that
for
movie.
sure.
It
It was well deserved.
it gave me something that I kind of wanted. Where I usually say don't throw nostalgia at me, this was one of the exceptions to the rule. And yes, I do say don't throw nostalgia at me. Then I glaze over. I glaze things that give me nostalgia. I realize the irony in this. But Wesley Snipes, Blade, he is my Blade. I don't care who you are. If you don't have Blade in it, you're trying to roller skate uphill.
Yeah, so damn straight. Yeah, nice wording.
To quote Wesley Snipes in Blade. And like you have a lot of good sequences in Blade. I like the way they filmed it, the way they put things together. Stephen Dorff playing Deacon Frost. I was very happy with the entire thing. Now, some people were kind of like, yeah, Daywalker vampire stuff. A lot of people, Blade has always been like kind of an acquired taste. And I really hope that when they finally give us Blade, which I know they're going to do soon, because Marvel's already announced the new Ghost Rider movie. They've announced a Midnight Suns series. They've announced now they had Marshala Ali going to come in, but now that's up in the air, or just not going to happen. I really hope that they do something with Blade, and I really hope that they do it right, because this series right here deserves to be treated with respect and not just thrown aside as just like a comic book movie being treated the way the MCU treats things. Now, I know a lot of people's like, oh, well, the MCU's the prime canon now, and I can see where people are going with that, but they're not treating these IPs with respect. These comic books that I've read through my entire childhood to my adult years, and I look back with a certain kind of reverence that say, look, we didn't get the true to life action comics that we hoped that we'd get back then, but we knew that there was only so much you can do. You didn't have cinematic connected universes, and we were okay with that because they built incredible storylines. Where the storylines today, in my opinion, have become very mid. And when taking a piece of nostalgia, you really want to have something that's not mid. I want to recognize chat real quick. Tanya W772, how you doing? Hello. Gubert and Martin, how you doing today?
Yeah, how you doing?
I hope you. How you doing? Um, we're talking about comic book adaptations in the movies and television, and also movies and that made their way to comic books on both sides of the scenario. And also, we're not leaving out manga. So if you have like a comic book American or comic book manga that you want to reference, feel free to shout it out in chat. Well, I'm glad to talk about it. This is the adaptation part 2. And just want to go back real quick. I want to show you guys some stuff. We have some concept comics for our show. You guys have probably seen this one before. This one is the KJCowboyDan comic book that I wouldn't mind getting one day, potentially in our chat, in our show, just to have, you know, a little funny, little campy, little head in a jar comic. And we also want to see the official King style comic. Look at how awesome that comic would be. We need to get King style in a comic book. I would read the crud out of this. King style, the feline of finesse, style, skill, supremacy. That's King
Absolutely,
style.
that'd be an awesome comic book. An action,
Elegance is his weapon.
Kung fu adventures with some cop elements in there. It's a secret movie story back in the day from the 70s, 80s, and 90s. It was great.
Who knows? Maybe we'll even get the Cowboys and Kings podcast as in the form of a comic book, a buddy cop type comic book where you got the head in the jar and the feline of finesse going around solving crimes. It's a new dynasty, a new era, power, loyalty, legends. Only one rules
Oh,
all.
and don't forget everything too.
Yeah.
Oh, so those were our comic books that we made especially for today's episode, the adaptation part 2. So if there's a particular comic book you guys want us to recognize in chat, feel free to let us know.
Didn't they do Fist of the North Star as a live action movie in America? So technically that counts.
I think they were I think they were trying to do that.
No, it was. Wasn't Dante Bosco? No, it wasn't trying. They did.
Yeah.
They did. This was in the 90s.
All I know is that they were trying to. I'm just saying. I know.
I remember this because Dante Bosco. I remember seeing a clip of it was Fist of the North Star, and I watched the movie, so
Dante Bosco.
I think he was Kenshiro, the guy who does the Fist of the North Star martial art. Now he's I think he was another character in that film.
Yeah.
I don't think he was in the original manga or an anime series. So
Hey, I hate to do this, but I'm about to pass out. I gotta.
Go ahead, dude.
I gotta.
Hey, you got to keep safe, stay out of the heat. Thanks for joining us.
This is insane. All right, love y'all. I'll talk to y'all soon.
Be
All right,
safe.
bye.
For those people who don't remember Dante Bosco, he was Rufio in Hook.
And then he doing voiceover career later in the 2000s with Zuko from Avatar and Jake Long from the American Dragon. Jake Long.
Indeed, yes. He was also in the TV series Little Demon as well. Multiple voiceover roles from video games to cartoons and several movies. Classic Rufio.
Looky, I got hooky. You know he wasn't supposed to die,
From
right?
Blade,
He was
well, a
supposed
lot
to,
of
or they were they
No.
wanted him to die or not.
that would have been entirely. It probably would
about doing
have had a different feel on
The
the
Lost
in the
Boys
movie.
TV show. I think Robin Williams. That's why they weren't going to kill him, but they just said no. We're canceling the show. We're going to kill him off.
Yeah, some things are left as a one-off. I always believe, when you have a potential for something good, don't ruin it with a sequel or spinoff.
Yeah, but part of me is like love for Ruth of Liv to do a Lost Boys spinoff TV show or movie, but he's trying to get it off the ground. But like, dude, you're too old now. You would have to basically deep fake yourself. And do you want to spend a lot of money on that to make you look younger again? You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of tedious to do.
Well, they can always do it in the form of an anime or animation and bring back the actors as voice actors portraying their very own roles that they were in, and they could still do it since
you
they
know what I
killed
would
off his
do?
character in
I would
Hook.
create
What they can do is pre
I would create a new
Robin Williams.
character that's the daughter of Peter Pan, played by Zelda Williams, because she is a voice actress too, or an actress. As a tribute, as a
Huh?
nod to her father, they introduce a long lost child
Mm.
that they didn't even know about. Because he grew up. Remember, he's an adult in Hook.
I'd be very cautious of that because of the whole sequel that Disney did with the Peter Pan
Yeah, but it's
2.
not. But the Hook had nothing to do with Disney. Disney was a Paramount movie. Remember?
Oh, I know, but I'm just saying, like when you have like those handoff franchises, I'm just very cautious about
Get
those
you? No, I
handoff
understand.
franchises.
Yeah.
A lot of people would argue that they work. I argue that like handoff franchises are a great way to damage a franchise. Looking at you, Disney, with your concept of Young Avengers, please, I don't really want to see a Young Avengers franchise, but well, it is what it is. Um, we've spoken in extent in the past about movies like Daredevil. While a movie with Ben Affleck and Jennifer Gardner was pretty good, I liked Colin Farrell as Bullseye. And it had a different feel. Like,
Michael Patrick Clark.
oh,
Freaking awesome in that
yeah,
as Kingpin.
yeah,
It's sad
he
that
was
they
a
never
very
used him
good
in the
Kingpin.
I thought they would have used him in one of the Spider-Man movies. Cool. Spider-Man 3 or 2, but they didn't do that.
See, that would have been a good option. Now, I don't know who right offhand. I'm not really certain at who released that version of the Daredevil movies. I think it was Reliant Entertainment, so that would have been a 20th Century Fox. The reason why they didn't use
Gotcha.
him in those Spider-Man movies or any.
Remember, Hugh Jackman, and I think it was going to be Spider-Man 3. He was going to go as Wolverine, but
he said, "Oh, it was
Right,
because of
but then there
timing
was
issues," but I believe it was a Fox told Sony, or Sony told Fox, "We're not doing this." They either couldn't agree,
well, they
or there was
also
rights
wanted to
issues.
do they
Mhm.
also wanted to do a Fantastic Four tie-in to the second spin-off of the second run of Spider-Man, but they didn't do that because it didn't go where they wanted to go, because they were going to try to do their Fox connected universe. But once again, the Fantastic Four, I believe, they had issues with that, and this is the whole these companies don't like playing together. And like, the one advantage to the MCU as we see it now is that they're learning, these companies are learning to play together, these production houses who own things, partly because now Disney is slowly acquiring all the Marvel stuff and putting them back into the Marvel library. We might be able to eventually see more comic accurate cinematic universes. While I liked Vincent D'Onofrio as the Kingpin in the Netflix series, and the fact that they're keeping him in for the MCU and bringing that Netflix world into the MCU, I like that. I really wish they would have found a way to bring these other parts of the franchise together, but I see why they didn't. Uh, Whether it be people are like, oh, well, you can't have these characters that are aged out, and we want to keep Peter Parker eternally young. We want to have uh, people of certain age brackets. I want you guys to
You
do
don't
me a
want
favor
somebody
and
that's
welcome
told.
in.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I want you to welcome in our next guest on the show. Hey, how you doing?
Hey guys, how is it?
The collector himself, and we got
Right at the moment, big fat bus is passing.
you got your toy den with you, collector, today.
Actually, I'm still in my shop, my friend. So I had a lot of remodulation going on there. And so I said, before I go home, I will connect a little while with you guys. So
We have
I'm still-
another German speaker in chat today. Tanya W72 is in chat today. We're hanging out with us.
yeah, Tanya is saying she just understood no English, but she wishes a lot of fun to all of you. She just subscribed to the channel. It's one of my frequent hosts and actually a moderator on my channel. She's from Germany, from the great city of Hanover, and now right on your channel.
Pleasure to have you here with us, Tanya. And as
Absolutely.
your English gets better, maybe we'll get you to practice your English on our channel as a guest one day.
And then maybe
That's why
if
I
I
sent
learn
her here,
German, I
actually.
could get on you guys' channel. I could. I gotta practice.
Yeah, German is very simple. It just contains 3 words. Nein
The only German I know is
Ruhe
Schadenfreude.
und niemals.
I only know how to say "nigh," and that's no in German. All I know is "nigh, nigh, nigh," and then like, that's not enough for me. I gotta practice my German.
Oh, but you know
Basically,
Schadenfreude,
everything that we
so
say leads.
And unfortunately, I know this word because it's funny. So
oh,
I
good
kn-
times,
I
good
know that
times.
word.
So
And do what I say.
so is there a particular comic book that was made into a movie, or a movie that was made, or a television series that was made into a comic book eventually, that you remember?
That I remember. Oh, there's a lot that I remember, but I will shut you down with one that is obviously German, that has been a very, very famous youth book, and then turned to one of the most famous TV series all over the time in Germany and all German-speaking countries like Switzerland and Austria, which is Pumuckl. And Pumuckl deals with I would say, with a little gnome or stuff like that. So
Pumuckl?
yeah, Pumuckl, it's his name. Pumuckl. Pumuckl.
And would he be like a red-headed ginger gnome?
Yeah, he got red hair, a yellow shirt, I guess, and green trousers, if I remember correctly. It's a while ago. And he's been invented by a very famous author, which makes this interesting or the story worth to tell, because Ellis Kaut, the author of that, actually comes from a Jewish family within Germany, and no one of her family survived but her. And she also was internated in concentration camps, and later on became very famous for adult psychological books. And in her very late life, she turned to kids and young adults adultery books, and one of those is Pumuckl, and I think it's really great. It's all the numbers.
For our Americans out there, this is the character we're talking about. This is the character we're talking about right there. And I'm not familiar with this character, but if I can get the media and I learn how to speak and read German, this will be one of the first I pick up.
It is there in English because the BBC took it. It's also there in Italian and in French. But I will say you will probably like it all because it has very much the same concept as the early Filmation He-Man series has. It is all about wrongdoing and then correcting it and then learning something out of it. And it's done in a very charmful way. And what they did here is really unite this little gnome, this little kobold, with the adult world, not with other kids. So he's not interacting with kids; he's interacting with adults, and obviously, it's not very difficult for him to show the insufficiency of us, of the adults working in daily life, just tricking us very easily into all kinds of troubles.
Sounds like most of the characters that I have enjoyed during my childhood. Little nymphs tricking me into trouble.
But we can hit you with more and more and more. Did we discuss Alien?
We did not. That is in my list though, because Alien, the Alien franchise, in the comics, first introduced back in, I believe, the late 80s, early 90s. We were introduced to the first rendition of Alien versus Predator, and that was in the comics before they even put it on movie format. And the Alien versus Predator comics, classic. If you read them, and a lot of people were excited about Alien versus Predator, and they didn't even know it was a comic book. A lot of people were left out on that one.
Yeah, that's a classic. No, I mean even the books have been pretty important. Maybe only under people like us and under a lot of producers and content creators at that time, but definitely they have been the spark to do this thing. And what I find interesting is that they really, from the first movie part on, they didn't go too much for all the sci-fi thing, but they really went down the books, which is more or less a psychological thriller. Not so much. It happens to be in the space, but that's all about it, right? And we have this kind of unknown creature, but that's also in the book. It appears more psychological than anything, right?
A lot of the Alien movies did go a little bit more psychological in a sense because you didn't want to have to see the alien more than you needed to. It was what was going on in the background, the alien hiding from you beforehand, the little tiny guys, and then dealing with the alien involving Predator in the comic books was an interesting take on it. And while I felt like the movies did a very good job at it, you had a much different take on the hunt in the comic books, and the predator is there for the hunt, and the alien versus predator was the definitive of the most dangerous game, and when leading to for predator, like the predator can hunt humans, but humans are easy prey in comparison to the alien.
Yeah, boring, I would say.
Right. And so like it did lead to a very different movie, and the plot lines that they put forth in the comic books, that they did multiple different takes on it in the comic books way before they even did a movie for it. I think the first time I saw a comic book rendition of Alien versus Predator, it was in a anthology series that had like multiple short stories within it. I believe it was in Epic Comics.
Epic Comics had the first run on it,
And
but the better runs have all been by Dark Horse.
yeah, Dark Horse did the better runs.
Yes.
But those were later on. Dark Horse usually picked those up like around the time that the movies became popular.
Yeah, they
What toy are you
They-
playing with? What toy we
Let's
got here?
see.
Hold on a second. You're playing with the toy. What toy do you got?
and just lately I was tempted to buy it. Then I decided like often not to take it away. And when I came back just 5 days later, decided to buy it, it was already gone. There's a 2-volume all issues recollection or reissue of the Alien comics in 2 volumes, and the covers and also a couple of insides have been reworked with a really nice, I would say, Giger like metallic 3D art print. Same pictures.
Are those those are the omnibuses?
Style, and it's really cool. I think they're around $20 a shot. This is why I hesitated. But yeah, if I ever get my hands on them again, I would buy them. They look cool though. What the heck are there?
So what toy are you playing with there? What toy do
Oh,
we
this
have?
is one
I'm
of
trying
the
to figure
toys
out.
that actually I made together with Marcos Lascano as Resurrection Toys. This is one of our alien morphs, obviously Mexican bootleg. It has a transparent body. It has the typical lights. It has a helmet that you put on. It is an adaptation, but yeah, it is one of our alien morphs, and we do play a lot with aliens.
One of these days, we're gonna have to do a toy episode. We'll have to bring you on Theta's channel. He loves toys, and so we'll bring you over that direction for a little toy show, because we like toys. We do enjoy our toys. One of the other shows that I was thinking I was thinking about.
That's my thing. Always has been. Tanya says hoo hoo, which basically means she wants me to greet her. Hello, Tanya.
I already love Tanya. She's good. We're gonna keep her around. We're gonna wait till she learns some English. We're gonna bring her on the show.
Poor thing. Poor thing. That's going to be a
Yeah.
hard ride for her. But actually, this is one of the reasons why I brought her around. A couple of my friends don't speak such a fluent English, but interacting with me and my daily life, they actually get interested into, and I train them as much as I can. And Tanya is one of them. So I just sent her here for practice. Listen.
Well, Tanya, as you learn English, we'll learn
What I
German. We will learn German when you as you learn English, and I will do my best to pick up words.
Ja, kein Problem. We can do a German class every Sunday right before church. so that you make sure that people, when they go to church, are really going to listen to the pastor.
I come from a Baptist community, so like it's already like kind of fire and brimstone. German and fire and brimstone seems very frightening to me.
Pretty much,
Like,
you know what I mean, no? If we do German class at Sunday at 8 o'clock in the morning, people are going to be so straight up that church are going to be appear relaxing to them, probably.
I used to know this German girl, and she would say nice things. At least I think they were nice things, but they seemed so angry when she said it. But they were like very nice things, and I'm like, why are you saying nice things and sounding angry? She would tell me what the translation was, and it was very nice, but German just came off sounding angry for some reason. I'm like, you're saying nice things to me, and you're sounding so angry.
Don't worry, even Julius Caesar complained about that. In one of his letters, he just said, those Germans only speak that German because they want to appear to be something very special. No one understands that. No one gets that. No one needs that. And I kind of tend to give him reason.
Well, you know what tends to give me grief is people who talk bad about Howard the Duck, the 1986 classic Howard the Duck, starring Leah Thompson, Jeffrey Jones, and Tim Robbins. I loved that movie. It was great. A lot of people did not like it. It's only got a 28-point Metascore on IMDb, and it was a classic. Sure, it didn't hit the points that we wanted from the comic books back in the 70s, but by the time it came out, we waited forever for it. It finally happened. Thanks to George Lucas and Steven Spielberg, we were able to get Howard the Duck.
For me, as I said, it was a youth pleasure. It was one of the first movie that I got lended out from Blockbuster in Germany. They came pretty late to Germany, and it was not common for parents to do stuff like that. My parents were pretty liberal, I have to say, and I got it lent out by my mom, and I loved it. Not only because it is just, if you have one, what else you will watch. So no, but I really liked it. And I think if you rewatch this movie with bad adult attitude, you say, I'm an adult now, I will watch it from this perspective, and I will try to find something that's not correct in it. Well, this movie can run dirty. But when I watched it as a kid, I have not seen anything of it in it. I just enjoyed it, and I have seen it numerous times.
You know, they had six people in play Howard the Duck in one form or another. We had Chip Zien, or Chip Zen. He played the voice of Howard the Duck, the classic voice that you knew. We had a child in the costume. We had a little person in the costume, and a few other people. We had a little guy named a little person named Ed Gale. And he did most of the work when the kid was unable to take part in the Howard the Duck costume because for legal reasons, right? And but there was a total of 6, maybe 7 people who portrayed Howard the Duck in that movie.
Unless he had a twin brother or a triplet, or has 3 other brothers that are quadruplets with him, they were not going to have the child consistently be in the suit, right?
Oh, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Mr. DJ Longhair to the panel. Hey, DJ, how you doing?
Hey, what's up, Ray?
Hey.
What's going on, man?
Pretty much.
Was that an Arnold Schwarzenegger reference?
That was
It's not
indeed.
Yeah,
So,
no, I'm hanging, bro. I'm super excited, but I agree. Like super excited on my hurry up and wait journey. I think we got about 2 months left before I actually see something decent.
Yeah.
So planning
We're
a bunch
hoping
of fun
that DJ
stuff in
Longhair
November.
gets. Yeah, we're hoping DJ Longhair gets ghetto rich soon.
Yeah, my hood rich should hit in about 2 months. It's gonna be awesome.
Hey man, good luck with that, I
We're-
guess.
Oh yeah, it's it's
I
hood
got
rich. It's
twins.
like anything under.
About-
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I said I got twins. The only thing awesome about them is that they are finally adults.
Finally, what?
Have a lot of fun, my friend.
They finally left the nest.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're in German studying now, and that's quite a good distance.
Oh, I hear you.
DJ, your kid has just turned 2, right? Your kid's now 2.
No.
Right?
He turns 3 in September 8th, and
3.
I was hoping that the hood rich would hit before then, but I don't. It's not happening. Because I'd love to throw him a nice birthday party, bro.
We
But other
got to
than
get
that-
you rich sooner.
Oh, right. I know. I wish, man.
But if
But it's
anybody
not happening
wants
by
to,
the 8th.
yeah, well, we'll make sure that we all get hood rich sometime. But if you guys want to make sure that King and I get hood rich, so that way we can afford to support the channel, feel free to scan that QR code. We are not monetized over on YouTube, but we do accept tips and donations. You can donate to the channel by going to scan that QR code that you see right before you, and you can donate to the channel using X Money. X Money is one of the best ways that you can tip your content creator because it gives out the highest percentage to your content creator without having to take from what you're donating to the content creator to support the transfer fee and every other thing else that they take out. YouTube does take out 30% from their content creators, so it's a good thing we're not monetized
Unless it's
yet.
Apple. If they're
Unless it's
using Apple, it's 50 to 60% they'll take.
Yeah, so feel free to donate to us and get us hood rich, so that way we can afford to make sure that there's no watermark on our channel. That'd be greatly appreciated. So we're talking about like adaptations from comics to movies, movies to comics, television shows to comics.
Do you have the actual Ko-fi link posted in your commentaries? Because
The
there's a lot
Ko-fi
of
link.
people like too stupid to scan, or some people unwilling, or some people
The
not
Ko-fi
even
link
having
is in our
devices.
description. Absolutely,
It
yeah.
is
The
in the
Ko-fi link
description.
is in our description. Absolutely. So if you go into the description, click the description, you'll be able to scroll down and you'll be able to see the Ko-fi link right there for you to click or copy and paste or whatever YouTube does for all that. Who knows? But yeah, we do have the Ko-fi link as well. Ko-fi is pretty good. They do give out a good return to your content creator when you're donating to them. You can also go to throne.com, and once again, throne.com, where you can donate to the channel. Since we're talking about donations, we are using Throne, as you can see right over here, another QR code, and possibly over in chat, you'll probably maybe it'll put the QR link in the chat. I don't know, but that link is also available in our description, where you can help crowdsource tech that we need for the studio, like getting Kingstyle a new microphone. He's desperate need. He's borrowing a microphone right now. So if you want to help support the channel, feel free to click on that link and you can help us crowdsource for a new mic. So DJ.
Tanja, bitte auch bei King subscriben, da wäre ich dir sehr, sehr dankbar. Und ja, es gibt einen Ko-fi-Link unten in der Beschreibung. Sorry, sir, just explaining because I was asked, and also guiding the Germans over to King's page and saying that they can find your Ko-fi link in the description. Sorry.
Oh, absolutely. If you
Yeah.
want to support King and you don't want to use the QR code,
Martin, if you get a chance, can you direct those same Germans to go sub to my channel?
I don't
Shameless
know.
plug.
Thank you for
hey,
that,
Martin,
my
do you
friend.
play? Do you
Yeah.
play Magic the Gathering, Martin?
I
Martin
love
is
Magic
our
the
resident.
Gathering.
Well, then you
love
have to join
Magic.
us on a Thursday night, and because he brings his Germans where he goes, you'll have
Nice.
to join us on a Thursday night over for our show, the MTG Roundtable, where we talk about Magic the Gathering news, Magic the Gathering gossip, and I make a fool out of myself because I know very little about the game, but I like talking about the lore of the characters. We just recently had a very entertaining talk the other night about He-Man and the Masters of the Universe,
Oh, yeah.
particularly
Yeah, I know.
that.
I
That-
urgently wanted to be on that panel. I urgently wanted to be on that panel, but also it was very busy and there was a lot of competent talking already going on. But yeah,
When's this?
yeah, I would love to be there.
Oh yeah, you're welcome to. Just let Dan or me know. I don't know what we're talking about this week, but
right, and I mean, I'm exactly the generation what it's made for, right? I
Yeah.
was at that certain age. I'm born
Mhm.
75, so I was at
Mm.
a certain age when the figures came out, and I
Oh,
hooked on it. As well, I hooked on DSA, on D&D, and a little bit later on when I already was in tabletop playing and all this on Magic the Gathering. So that's
nice.
pretty much my background here. And all that you see here in all the spaces is the surrounding that came out of this.
Yeah, you're welcome to join as long as you don't play blue.
Ah, that's funny. That's funny. Yeah, no, we're pretty lax over there, but yeah.
I just want to quote Tanya out because she's telling you to like and subscribe.
Yeah, of course.
Yes, because you know that you speak good German, Dan. Obviously.
Yeah. She just said that she gave a subscription to King, and that she gave the like to you.
Yeah, thank you, Tanya.
Nice.
Very,
What's
very.
the good thing
Oh,
about
right on.
Germans? You just need to talk clearly to them, and they literally will do what you just said. It just needs to be timed.
No,
Don't go for it.
we're going to steal Tanya from you because
Straight
we're going to steal Tanya.
I'm gonna have to speak.
She's telling everybody to
I'm
do
gonna
the
have to
thing.
speak.
So
I'm gonna have to start practicing German now. That's gonna be a goal.
Right.
Now.
yeah,
That and French. I'm gonna have to do that, and maybe
Tu ne parles
Italian.
pas français, je suis allemand.
we got our two favorite women in the chat. We got Jamie Lee Simmons and Tanya. So you
The
know,
women that we have, literally.
so we got our two favorite women in chat today.
Muchas gracias, Tanya.
We were talking about
Muchas gracias.
muchas. And Martin knows that one because being in Mexico himself right now. So we were talking about our favorite comic book movies, some of the ones that didn't hit, some of the ones that did. And I was kind of saying nice things about Howard the Duck, where a lot of people didn't like Howard the Duck. They found it too cheesy. And
It's a great
for what you were
popcorn
getting in,
flick. I mean, what do you want from it?
oh, absolutely.
Like, what do you
Yeah.
expect? I mean,
And plus,
Look,
it was also done
A lot of
late
people have
80s.
gotten
It's
used-
supposed to be a comedy movie, anyways. I don't know why people treat it like it's supposed to be like an action /
It-
drama movie.
It's like, are you expecting an Academy
Award-winning
Award-winning
film? No.
performance from freaking Dumb and Dumber?
I never
mean, what do you
expected it for the
expect?
Fast and the Furious movies, and I still love those movies. You know,
Well, you know,
oh man,
that's
hey,
that's
to each their own. I
Look, I don't think it's gonna win an Academy Award. I don't think Vin Diesel or Paul Walker. You know, R.I.P. Paul
it's okay.
Walker.
Did it for the family.
Yeah,
What?
family. And meanwhile, he's
Family.
meanwhile he's getting fatter and fatter and fatter and fatter and fatter.
Mm.
Like, have you seen Vin Diesel recently? He's wearing a black.
I saw
shirt.
him with a pooch with
Yeah,
the
it's like,
with
dude,
the beer
like,
gut.
dude,
I was
like,
like,
let it
alright,
go now.
whatever, dude.
Like, you're not Dominic Toretto anymore.
Well, it's not like he's getting roles right now. I mean, I don't know. Did he come out that he was straight challenged or no?
No, but there was supposed to be another Fast and the Furious movie and a female spin-off one. The Fast 11 or Fast
Well, no, I
X
mean
2.
seriously though, like I'm not trying to make a joke. I don't know.
No,
I thought he came out that he was like
No, he's not mentally challenged.
I think that was just a rumor. That was a not mentally vertically.
Well, I'm sure that's how he likes it, but I'm just asking.
No, but like it's crazy.
He's not. Okay, no, that's fine. I'm not trying to start rumors.
Isn't
I
it
was just
insane,
curious.
though,
I thought
that Fast and the Furious, like they have an unreleased Fast and the Furious movie in the vault of Universal. I almost said Warner Brothers. It's called Fast X2 or Fast 11, and it's supposed to be the final movie.
Yeah,
it's
so
in a cliffhanger, and they shot both the movies back to back, the 10th and the 11th. Not a smart move, because you not have an unreleased film. Go ahead, Dan.
Go
ahead.
I don't know.
Jamie Lee Simmons is just saying she respects the tacos. We respect the tacos as well.
Oh yeah,
yeah, tacos are good. Tacos are good.
So regarding the Fast and the Furious movie, they did film both of them back to back.
Tacos for 50 pesos.
Oh, that's good. 50 pesos.
Hey,
that's cheap. I mean, cheap.
Yeah, that's
cheap for us.
$2.50. That's okay for 2 tacos.
So, regarding the Fast and the Furious movies, they filmed those that last movie back to back, and because they jumped the shark by jumping into space.
Yeah, they literally jumped the shark in space,
they ruined that.
And they didn't make the money they thought they were going to make, probably because they didn't have the China/India
Well, it's
deal.
because they didn't have the Leprechaun too, dude.
Well, they didn't have China and India.
You
to
need
help
Jason. Well, that too, but I mean, you don't have the Leprechaun. And you don't have what was it? The Leprechaun? Oh, or Jason X, dude. I mean,
wait, what does the Leprechaun and Jason X have to do with it?
They both went to space.
They went to space.
The Leprechaun.
No. You know what they have to do? They have to rewrite the film.
So did Hellraiser.
Dude, they have to rewrite the film so they can go into the future while in space, just like Jason X.
Yeah, but Hellraiser is a little bit different, right? Because Hellraiser at the first place is kind of this deosity from space, so that makes sense. But with Leprechaun and all this stuff, I don't know.
It still doesn't beat Leprechaun in the Hood, though.
Leprechaun in the Hood was great. Like, it's so underrated.
Oh, there was a second.
Yeah, there was a sequel. Like they literally.
Oh damn!
They did it back to back. This is like the first time that like they ever did that.
Oh, okay.
In Hawaii, but they're like, no, we don't have the money for that, so we're just in the Hood.
Oh man!
Look at the chat; it's so funny. The two ladies try desperately to talk to each other, and it's not really working. Well, Jamie, I help you out a little bit. The state that she's coming from is called Niedersachsen.
Bless you.
So it's just the name of the state. It didn't intend to declare war to no one.
I love sound. Shit, like I'm gonna attack. That's how cool. When you get that German rage, when you get that German speaking rage, and it sounds like holy shit. What is he saying? It must be dangerous.
Now, see, you gotta get like a German speaker to play Magic the Gathering with you.
Right. There's a German. I think they're German. I don't know, man. They might be Austrian. I don't know. But there is a content creator that they have a group of guys who are pretty cool. I think they're from over there. I'm not 100%, but like one dude's like a midget.
Yes, you are absolutely right. And they're actually not small. Orkenspalter is not small at all. A couple of 100,000 subscribers and active gaming rounds every week.
Yeah, no, they're big. I don't remember his name, but you know what I'm talking about, right?
Orkenspalter, that's his name. It's just that you want to hear it again.
All I know is that you're talking about a huge spider, so I'm like, you want to live there, okay?
And getting the head of the orc in 2 parts. That's Orkenspalter.
No, the German
Alright,
language is
so,
fun though. I mean, like seriously, you could say, "Hey, bud, how are you doing?" It sounds like you're assaulting my family.
An English speaker or
Guten
what?
Yeah, they get all mad. You're like, "Why are you all mad?" I just said, "How you doing, dude?"
Tag. Gut? Ist sie wirklich gut?
It's like it sounds like holy shit. What did they say to me? With so much conviction in their. I love that. That's why I love my parents.
Yeah,
language.
and then
love it.
And then you got the French, right?
Same
They
thing.
talk to you and you're like, "Oh my god, it's so lovely." You're like, "Oh, that's cool." Like you're not. They could be threatening to kill your family. You're like, "Oh, that's so cool." Oh my god, can you talk more?
You just discovered what's going on the
So
European
Tanya over in chat was talking about the what's a World Trade not World's Fair
World Trade.
2000
Yeah.
That was
World's
20 years
Fair.
ago, Dan. That
No,
was like over 20
no,
something years.
sorry, the World's Fair, the World Exposition hosted in Hanover. The Hanover World's Fair or World's Exposition in Germany. Now that place has like this incredible building, and they do a lot of events there that I would like to one of these days when I go there, I'd like to see because there's this like huge, incredible building that just like Art Deco building that they made for the Hanover Expo.
You're Art Deco.
And one of the buildings is shaped like a whale's fin. Yeah. Definitely want to go. And one day, someplace I want to check out, but it's the where they did the Hanover World's Fair in 2000. And I believe that they have a beer tasting exposition there a couple of times a year.
Oh yeah, German beer is awesome.
It's on my bucket list.
German beer is awesome.
It is on my bucket list to go to Germany.
It's one of the most famous German breweries. Is pretty much right next to it, which is called Black. And so, yeah, you get beer exposition. But please, guys, if there's anyone among you or even in the further circle of your channel that wants to visit Germany and just doesn't want to spend all the money for the hotel rooms and stuff, I have a lot of friends and family over there. I frequently send Mexican friends and students to Germany. I did already send a couple of American friends there as well. So if you want to go, it would just be a pleasure for me to hook you up with my friends and my family. And you don't need to worry about absolutely nothing. They pick you up, they host you, and they show you around.
That's cool.
No problem. And take that for serious.
Good, as long as it's not
really,
like the
that's really
movie
cool.
Hostel where we get fucking abducted from our rooms and then get tortured, and we somehow survive and kill our captors, and then movie into the second who survived the first movie.
Or the killer of Rothenburg, what you call the real Hannibal Lecter, he's also there. So now, if we
the real Hannibal Lecter
movie, dude, I saw Hostel when I was 10 years old. I watched it when I was 10. I saw it because it was free on demand, and I'm like on cable on the pack on demand. I'm like, oh my fuck, am I watching? And mind you, I saw and I thought Saw
keep
was
on
bad.
forgetting how young you are.
Yeah, I thought Saw was bad. It did. I was like, oh god, I'm watching this by myself, alone in the dark.
Now, see,
watching this shit.
Here's how big of a nerd I am. I'm thinking to myself, okay,
Isn't
first
the
thing I
Human
do is
Centipede over there too?
Oh, that movie's brutal. I watched the sequel. I couldn't
brutal.
It.
Oh,
couldn't
God.
stomach it. Couldn't stomach it. No.
Well,
neither could the attached people.
Dude, I barely could watch
just the
all
people in
3
the center.
Hostel movies, dude.
The center and end.
It was bad.
Really?
It is. Look, there's not a lot of German horror movies. Not a lot. But almost all of them are beyond the pale. They are all beyond the pale. I don't know how you can relate that, but I would say that Germans have depth into all kinds of horror in their history themselves, and it runs in the family, and now it has developed in modern society, and this is probably why a German cannot put out a harmless horror movie like Scream or anything. We can.
Yeah.
If we do horror movies, it's bad. It's beyond the pale.
Like brutal or like
No, it is brutal, but also very subversive. It is
German
like more
horror movies.
that the cruelty is always present, and you know what the people are able to execute. I would recommend to all of you watch The Killer of Rothenburg. That's a movie about a real story, and this guy is literally known as the real Hannibal Lecter. But the whole movie deals with the psychological background. You get maybe like 8 to 10 minutes of the pure act of eating the people, but this is absolutely not necessary. It goes straight David Fincher and beyond. And beyond.
Yeah.
So
go ahead, Dan. Sorry, I cut you off.
So like here's German horror movies that I know of. 2018. Yeah, right. Ever After. A zombie movie. It's a zombie movie.
What?
But it's a zombie movie where all but two cities, all but two German cities are infected by zombies. It's called Ever
I need
After.
that. You got to send me a link on that one, dude. Fuck it.
Oh yeah, that was a good movie. I know that me and DJ Longhairs watched some foreign movies about
surprisingly,
vampires
the
and
French put
zombies.
out a really good zombie flick. It's called The Horde with an E. It's super good. It starts off as I kind of ruined it, but basically it starts off as a cop revenge movie, and then it gets really messed up. Like, even though I told you, it's still worth the watch. It's super good. Especially the dirty.
Yeah, but by that logic, DJ Longhair, it's like Abraham Lincoln Vampire Slayer. Remember that movie? Which
that's awesome.
Love that film.
I love it.
Love it.
Looks better, but yes.
But guess what? Spoiler: Abraham Lincoln died in. Wink, wink. Like, we don't fucking know in history. He died. He fucking dies the way they tell it.
Well,
he becomes the undead. If you God,
I was laughing because I was telling I had a gym teacher. I probably shouldn't have told him that Abraham Lincoln Vampire Slayer, but he's like, hey, guess what? Spoiler alert: Abraham Lincoln is at the end. I started because it's like, yes, he got to death, and
there's
in the theater.
this. What was it? Like Pride and Prejudice and Zombies by the same people who did Abraham Lincoln.
It wasn't bad. Yeah, it was fun.
And that actually had a comic book adaptation. Oh yeah, great movie. Pride and Prejudice and Zombies. It had a comic book adaptation too.
Look at it, which good.
300, yeah. But 300 was an adaptation of a comic book, and very accurate to the comic book. Yeah.
Didn't Frank Miller write part of it? If I'm not mistaken, Frank Miller.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so, or something.
Yeah, it was really good. But 300 was good, dude. This is Sparta.
So there's also stuff that I would ask.
Frank Miller did write it. Yeah.
Go ahead, Martin.
Sorry.
Frank Miller did. So Frank Miller did write it in 1998.
Things that I would grade them as comic book adaptations, but they really stayed comics. Things like heavy metal. How you would grade that? Is that an adaptation? Or Ralph Bakshi's Spider-Man? Is that an adaptation or is that something different?
Well, I think that heavy metal would count as an adaptation, absolutely, because it wasn't necessarily a comic book. It was more of an anthology series,
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
I liked it. And the heavy metal, the first one, and even the second heavy metal movie, it hit that anthology feel where it had the different stories in it. The art was very good for the time, and it matched the art of the comics. Where when you get like a lot of these adaptations done nowadays, like, okay, we're going to do it in our own art style rather than the art style of the comic books. I find that heavy metal hit just right when we're talking about having a good adaptation in the right way, and it kept that feel of anthologies and multiple small stories within a film. It was like if Fantasia met rock and roll met fantasy.
Absolutely. Yeah. Me personally, I never was sure how to classify this type of movie, no, because obviously there is no real acting or stuff like going on. But yeah, it is an adaptation, and it does something different with it. And same, I would say for Dune. Have we had that one?
Well, that's more book adaptation than comic adaptation, right?
Right. Well, it was
Dune?
more of a magazine. So like with like Dune was a book. While they did have
Yeah.
like some graphic novels that came out with it, there were novelettes, I believe. Uh,
Novelettes.
yeah, like small books.
Yeah.
Dune or
Like would
books are
be
not
like
small.
weekly a publication and buy it, like little paper prints.
But like the graphic novels and stuff, yeah, okay.
Yeah, and regarding like the Dune spin-offs, the sequels and whatnot, those were also kind of novelettes. Like the original Dune book was a novel itself, but like Children of Doom and the other sequel
They weren't
stories, those
small
were
books, man.
uh,
Oh yeah.
What do you consider a small book?
easy to read, under 200 pages.
No, they're not under 200 pages, bro. I actually
The
read all the way up
novelettes
to
are. The novelettes are
Stackpole
all around
novels
17
and
pages.
huh?
The novelettes are. The books not. Actually, the original Frank Herbert books are very amplious, but
Oh yeah,
I think around 700 pages. But the
easy.
novelettes are. They are around 90 pages, 70 pages.
Yeah,
I
it
must
has
have missed it then
sequels.
because all the ones I read was the actual books,
Yeah.
and
Oh, you
even
probably
the
those are the main
prequels that was
storyline.
done by Stackpole and Herbert's son or whatever. Um, was it Stackpole that jumped in, and there was another Star Wars writer that had jumped in too. I forget who, but yeah, those were not novelettes. So I wish you guys can give me a reference to these novelettes because all the ones I
Sounds
read
of
were
Doom.
500 plus.
All right, so Blood of the Sardaukar, Edge
Okay.
of Christ's Knife, Imperial Court, Whisper of Kaladin.
Oh, I'm not
Those
familiar with
ones.
these. Then yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
So these are
yeah.
like, when did those come out?
Oh,
Because if it's not a part of the original series, which was was like
no.
a Bible each book almost. So
Yeah. So those were like Boom Studios did a lot of them for those. They were like the
okay,
novelettes type comic book novelettes.
yeah, I got it. Okay,
That's where I was going. By the way, was the comic book adaptations to kind of like feed
okay, that
into
makes
where you
sense. Yeah,
mentioned them.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Also, like but yeah, the main stories, no, they were straightforward. But we had these novelettes that were graphic novels.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I read all of them pretty much. The ones where they did a prequel, it was weird because the writers made the Harkonnens were actually good guys, and they turned into villains because they didn't agree with a battle plan or something, and that's why they're all bad guys now.
Yeah.
So it was full ape on them. Yeah.
So Kevin Anderson and Brian Herbert did the novelettes for the storylines for those. They were graphic novelettes, and they were by Kevin Anderson and Brian Herbert. They're pretty good. You got to pick them up. Good art too.
Okay.
Yeah. You know me. I'm on the comic book side of things. Give me real reading and I'm like, can I get
Dune is not for the lighthearted, bro. The very first book reads like a freaking textbook for like 3/4 of the book. It's really tough to get through.
Well, is that why like it took years later until George Lucas did Star Wars, and then the creator got mad? He's like, "Fuck it, I'll do my own adaptation for my story." Which it sounds like it sounds like he's like, fuck it, I'm gonna compete against George Lucas.
To be fair, Lucas stole from everybody.
He did, but the desert planet stuff was clearly lifted from Dune. That's what I'm trying to say by that. Yeah, he took from Flash Gordon. He took from Seven Samurai.
Way before Star Wars.
He took
way before.
A bunch of shit.
Yeah,
like Lucas stole the sandworm from them. That's
what I'm saying. And also the desert planet stuff was from there.
The stuff they don't really talk about, like the drugs of Star Wars, is the same and has similar properties to those of Dune. So the what they call it, the spice is very similar. Like, you know, they mine that in Star Wars at remember he's talking about the Kessel Run, right? Yeah. So they mine a lot of that there. It is in other parts of the universe, so it's not like it's just on Arrakis, right? So, but it is funny that the drug's the same though. It gives you kind of like psychic powers. You can see a little bit in the future and stuff like that. I mean, that's basically way summarized of what it did for Dune, right? But they've had their whole society based around the spice, whereas Star Wars, it's there, but it's not. It's not all about the spice, you know.
No, but but it is about the Spice Girls.
A lot more layers.
Okay.
I mean, a long time, Frank Herbert's epos was counted or accounted to be not filmable, right? And it is very difficult.
It's hard to do. That's why it took years, and I think the reason why it took years because again. He got upset that George Lucas took some of his stuff, and he's like, well, fuck it. I'll make a movie or a TV show of my stuff just to stick it to George Lucas. And that's good he did that. That's good.
I don't understand.
Well, the original Dune movie, too, from back in the day.
It had, what's his name? It had Spaceman
Sting.
himself.
Sting.
What? No, it wasn't Sting. It was... Oh my God!
No, it was Sting.
No, it wasn't.
Sting
No. I'm trying to think of. It wasn't Sting. It was
different character.
It was Starman. Ziggy Pop. You know what I'm talking about.
Ziggy Pop. So Sting was in it. Sting played Hark.
Villain.
Yeah. Yes.
I will kill you.
Yeah, that was Sting. There was quite a big cast there. We had
David Bowie. David Bowie.
Was David Bowie in it?
Yeah, David Bowie in it. Or was it the TV?
No, you're thinking
series?
David Bowie. You're thinking Labyrinth, bro.
Really, I thought he was in both. I thought he was in Dune and Labyrinth.
No, well, we got okay. So what we got for the original Dune cast is Kyle MacLachlan, Francesca Annis, Picard, Patrick Stewart, Sting, Jack Nance, Brad Dorff, Dean
You're Brad
Stockwell.
Dourif.
Oh yeah, Dean Stockwell. I forgot Dean Stockwell was in that. Also Linda
Oh, yeah?
Hurt. If I, forgot she was in that too.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
What'd you guys think of the
but-
new Dune?
I only saw the first one.
Yeah, I haven't
and-
got to the second one yet either.
I liked it though.
Yeah.
I liked it. It was different and very much so how I imagine the world to be based off of the comic books and the graphic novels I read.
No,
As I
David
said, I
Bowie
never
was in
got into the original book.
1984's David Lynch's Dune.
He was
Yes.
okay. What character did he
Where?
play?
He played. Oh my god. Oh, hold on a second.
Because
I don't remember seeing
Sting.
Bowie.
We got Sting in there.
No, I bet you
I know
Sting
Sting.
was in there, but I'm just saying that like he played. I'm gonna butcher this. Frayed. Did I say that right? Frayed.
Afraid.
All right. Okay.
F-E-Y-D. Is that Frayed or Freed?
I don't know. I gotta look because like, bro, I don't remember him in
Yeah,
that
he's
movie
like
at all.
he was in David Lynch's Dune.
All right.
He did not give any pronunciation hints.
The Google is showing him in there.
David Bowie was never in any adaptation
no,
of Dune.
No, it's a Mandela effect. I believe this common false memory from the Mandela effect, where people mix up David Bowie with the musician Sting, who famously played the villain Freed. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, no, he wasn't in it. Yeah.
It's a Mandela effect. Me and King live in two different Mandela universes. I swear it up and down. Me and King talk about things, and I'm like, no, that didn't happen. And like King's like, yeah, and he's like, everything that I say didn't happen happened, and everything that he says happened didn't happen. We live in two different Mandela effect universes. Me and King.
Okay, so
Yeah.
the David
Right.
Lynch, you did work with him, I guess, on Twin Peaks: Fire with Me, but that was it.
2 years after.
Holy shit, dude.
Yeah.
Wow, I
Yeah.
thought he was in
We live-
Dune. Holy fuck.
Yeah, we live in like this is another case scenario, King, where me and you live in an alternate universe. Yeah, we got want to say hi to Versetti. Hey, yeah, David Lynch. We're talking about Dune right now, trying to figure out which one of us lives in the Mandela Effect universe and which one of us lives in this universe.
This is crazy.
I mean, to be fair, they look very similar, but yeah, it was always Sting.
Yeah.
I'm looking at a picture here of them side by side, Bowie from Labyrinth and Sting in Dune.
Yeah, wild. Yeah. There's another case scenario where we went to thing. Oh, real quick, we want to say good night to Tanya. Good night, sweet dreams. Thanks for
All right,
joining
good
us.
night. Don't vida in.
Alvidasen.
There you go. Buenas noches, Tanya. Good night.
So, looking over at some manga real quick, Death Note. Did you watch the live
The
action Death
Willem
Note?
Dafoe one. Oh yeah.
Oh, wow.
That counts. It counts. It counts. It was a manga, but it was
Was
made
it
in
any
America.
good? I didn't watch it. Yeah.
Willem Dafoe did a good performance. Everybody else,
Yeah.
Oh, Willem
there.
Dafoe.
No, Willem Dafoe is
Well,
he's literally the deaf thing. He's him.
yeah, he was the demon.
He was the
right?
demon. He was the one that had the death note. Like
Yeah.
he was the one that gave the ability of the death note.
Yeah. I didn't watch it, but I wanted to. It was one of those Netflix ones, and I don't have Netflix.
Look, if you're gonna watch it, have very, very low expectations. Remember, I told you about Batman: Cape Crusader. have a very low expectation. Don't get your hopes up, and maybe it'd be okay.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Wow. Sounds like we got ourselves a motorcycle in the background. Willem Dafoe did the voice of Ryuk, and Jason Lyles did the mocap. He did the mocap on the character, and I want to see this movie. Everybody says it was a pretty good adaptation for what it was. There are people that say it could have been much better, but the question is, if they would have done that movie manga appropriate, or even just even based off the anime appropriate, it would have been a much longer movie.
Yeah. Another example of an anime adapted, manga anime adapted, right, into American movie. We're gonna have to go with Dragon Ball Evolution, and that was garbage. Terrible. Terrible. Which is funny because they had Asian versions of that like a decade or two before Dragon Ball Evolution, and it was actually way better. The thing is, they essentially used Kid Goku's storyline, but with an adult/teenage Goku, because you're not going to use a child to do crazy stunts like that. It's basically the final act of Dragon Ball before Z Goku, when he fought Piccolo Jr. in the martial arts tournament, but as Kid Goku's role. Essentially, they swapped him out for Teen Goku, essentially, which is pretty cool. They had a Korean one, a South Korean one, and I believe a Chinese or Hong Kong one, two Chinese or Hong Kong ones. So it was like 3 adaptations before Evolution.
I saw Evolution. I was left very disappointed with that.
But you must admit that Dragon Ball Evolutions in whatever state is still a better love story than Twilight.
Yeah, but you want to know something? Though they originally they wrote the script for Dragon Ball Evolution 2 before 1. So they figured they were going to do a sequel. And like, again, guys, don't do the Flash Gordon thing. Tune in next time for the sequel that we're never going to do. No, don't do that. If you're not going to make money, or you're going to be like Fast 11 where it's in the can because they overshot it, no, you're not going to have the ridiculous responsibility. Yeah, we failed. We're going to put it on a streaming service. You don't want to do that. Oh, Krillin.
Yeah.
And oh, look at that. There's Goku in that comic cover. Cool.
Let's see, what do we got here? Let's see. We're looking at
There's Krillin. Yeah, Dragon Ball's super popular in Mexico, dude. Like, it's like practically like a religion besides lucha libre and soccer or football.
Yeah,
sorry, football.
This is the entire saga on an 11 DVD collection, everything. And they got these bootleg figures, all blow mold, right? They're hard to find. It's actually the only one that I have right now, and he's not going to stay very long here, because once my Mexican fellows find out that I have it, they're gonna run for it, because your friend is right. This is a religion here. Lucha Libre, by the way.
So this is your toy shop where you're at right now. This is your toy shop, right?
My toy shop. Sorry.
Yeah, absolutely. Religion. It's amazing what people like. So, how long you been rocking the shop here?
Well, I am in the collector scene here for almost 20 years. So for almost as long as I'm here, I started to build up my contacts. And first I got into toy production, as you know, as I told you. And then 2 things happened. First thing is COVID happened, the pandemic, and my diagnosis of cancer happened, which changed my entire life from being a hired doctor and a professor at the National University to giving private lessons to basically other doctors, other medicals, and doing this because this is what I still can do. And actually, this is something that makes me happy, which is a big reason why I'm doing this.
Mm-hmm.
So, so you still manufacture? You said you were showing us one of your alien toy right over there. So you're still manufacturing toys, the bootleg toys. We like the bootlegs.
Yeah, we want. Can you make like a?
Gonna have-
Can you do a Super Saiyan 4 Goku? Could you do that?
Theoretically, we can do everything right now.
I think he needs permission first.
Not
Right
if you're
now-
doing
No,
it.
he does knockoff.
He does knockoffs. He doesn't
He
have
does
to.
knockoffs.
He doesn't have to get permission from Toei.
Oh no, I thought you said could you do? I said I think you need permission first.
No,
Oh,
I'm saying.
but, yeah,
I'm asking. Can he make a
yeah,
Super Saiyan 4 Goku? And
Oh, that'd be
He was making DJ was making a consent joke.
Look,
I'm sorry,
don't
dude.
need to-
I should have saw that
all
coming.
good, all good.
my
Well,
wife is next.
Apparently the knockoff Goku saw it coming.
No, actually, my wife loves that I'm collecting because
That's cool.
collecting on Sundays means that I'm not going to the bars on Saturday, which most of my fellow Mexican brothers do, and my wife appreciates.
Oh my
it.
god, that size of that Modelo there, that's amazing.
I know. I've been looking at that Modelo, and I'm like, that's a small
It's like a
Modelo
wine
in
bottle.
Mexico. That's a small size in Mexico.
Yeah. No, I also like your Castle Grayskull. Is that old school or is that the new one? The
That
remake.
looks like the old school Castle Grayskull.
Yeah, that's the old school one.
Oh,
I got the new one in the back, and there's a couple of other installations. Well, whenever you like, I can give you a guide, but I'm far away from overtaking this really cool show here. But whenever you like, I give you a watch around. Me myself, I am occasionally live, and it's getting more. I was break down by the cancer basically, but now I'm retaking back activities because also I need a positive impact in my life, and
Of course.
dealing with my toys and dealing with my fellow toy lovers and collector friends and comic lovers is what I like. And I decided basically to spend the rest that I have with this.
Yeah. Of
So
course,
what
man. That's a
Batman
good
is up
way.
on your wall right there? What Batman still sealed in the box is up on your wall?
I got the original 1992 Kenner playset here standing, but I also got 2 more Batman playsets.
Right there on your wall, though. On your wall, you have the still sealed in the box. Over here on the wall, next to Hulk, you have a Batman that is still sealed in the box.
Still sealed in the box. I see what you mean.
Yeah.
That's a Linear Strike Joker. That's not vintage or anything. It's just a strange series from 2013 where they brought Batman, the Joker, and I think Robin and Nightwing all as samurai characters.
Mm.
And that's
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
I got.
You know,
That I still
you know
have
how much it pleases me to see still sealed in the box.
do.
Yeah.
I do have a lot. I see it in the box.
Well, we have hit that time, and I have to go and get myself something to eat here in a few minutes, or at least another drink here. So I think we've about hit that time. King, are you still with us here? Once King gets back, we'll wind down the show. So we'll go for a couple more minutes, and then we'll wind down after King gets back. So like one of the, remember, have you seen Attack on Titan yet? The movie?
Oh yes, of course.
That was a good movie for the Attack on Titan movie. Like even the animated movies were pretty good as well.
This is why we did a series not only with the alien morphs, but all with we call the whole series xenomorphs. We have Predakongs, which is a mixture between Predator and King Kong, and we have a whole series about that. And there's a couple of different characters that we already developed, and what we're now on is the Kraken, because this is something that all of us in the Resurrection toy realm want themselves, which is a toy that is really difficult to get, a lore that is so cool to explore. And we wanted to do our own interpretation of a Kraken, but yes, standing 75 centimeters high with over 19 points of articulation so far, and all hand painted. This is the most ampliest job that we have done so far. Sculpture is ready. Actually, it's ready to mold, right? But to make a mold for this monster, Jesus Christ, you don't have ideas.
Have you tried
The
3D
doctor
printing? 3D printing would be the way to go. I got to get a toy made of my OC. I'd like to get my head in a jar character made into a toy.
It's not playable. Still, there is, well, at least nothing that I know about. If you can recommend me something of a printing yarn that has enough flexibility not to break down once it falls 10 centimeters, so that it is playable and articulable, I would be so grateful if you could recommend me something, because we are looking in that realm for a long time now, and we are experimenting with different materials. But this is really a problem. You can get very good structures, you can get very good details, but it's so dry. I mean, you just look at it and it breaks.
I know how that works. I look at
If you
mirrors
could
and they
have
break.
something, told me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
well,
one of these days I got to get my character, got to get my character done up as a toy one day. That'd be kind of cool. You know,
If you want to do that, Dan, go for it, man. I'm not going to stop you. Go for it, man.
Character for sure. No problem.
get
Things
my
like
character. I don't know. We get my character up as a toy. Who knows? Maybe get an action figure of King style. Boom.
Maybe if the stars align.
No, they just need to make the Killer Instinct toys. They got them covered.
Killer.
The Puma
We'll just take
cat creature dude, right? That's what he's modeled after. Yeah.
No,
kinda, yeah, it's not Killer
He's modeled after.
Wait. Whoa.
You there?
Yeah. Cut out.
Yeah, exactly. My internet is not the best.
He's modeled after the Tekken character. King, you keep cutting out. Well, I think on that. Oh, yeah. He's probably having some internet issues. Are you with us, King? Are you there? Oh, he keeps cutting out. That seems like a good place as any to be able to say, we're going to probably call the show quits. He might be having some internet issues over there. So we're going to call things quits for the night, and hopefully everything works out just fine for King. And what's that?
If Theta is going to have his Saturday night event, or this time not?
No, Theta is feeling a little ill today. He's out in Texas, and the weather is super hot. He tried to come on for a bit, and it's so hot that it made his computer kind of overheat. So he's called it a night. Hopefully he'll be back up and ready for tomorrow, as tomorrow we're going to do part of his birthday celebration. So we're going to be over at Theta's channel tomorrow night, where we do Theta's birthday. We're going to do a little bit of Jack's Box Party and some Mystery Science Theater 3000 gameplay, where we talk over some movies. And then after that, Theta has a movie night planned that's going to go late into the night. Also, we're going to be doing a additional show on Monday where we're going to do some improv on my show for Theta's birthday as well. King just sent me a message. He is indeed having some internet issues. So what we're going to do is we're going to start winding things down, and hopefully he gets back when we are able to have him show his side. In the meantime, I'm going to put up our boy, the collector. Martin, tell us how everybody can find you.
I will tell one very important thing first, because we probably will not have a big after show meeting here. I have a
we'll stay on after show.
pretty good mic for King. We just need to get connected, and if he wants it, I'm freely giving it away. I told that before. It's just a matter of getting connected. That's everything that I wanted to say.
Getting connected and getting shipping. Shipping is going to be the thing.
Yeah, not so
So
much.
we'll have to figure out
Okay.
all that.
Don't worry, I ship frequently to the United States. I have my experiences with that. This is a single article. It can be declared even under new rules. I have my experience with that, and this shall not be your problem. If you want that, it would be a pleasure to pop you up with that. But later we talk in the background about that. That might be better. Where you can find me, you can find me right here in Tezcatepec, in the middle of Morelos, in the beautiful country of Mexico. As well, you can find me on YouTube as the Collector and the Copilot. Yeah, the Collector because of Masters of the Universe once more, and the Copilot because sometimes I need a little bit of help. I had a pretty busy collector's channel years ago, but due to reasons and issues, I had a long break, but I am back. And I'm not willing to go, and I really enjoy my time with you here. Really. I'm so glad and thankful that you're giving me the chance to just hang out with you. I love it. Thank you.
Absolutely. And if anybody's in that part of Mexico and you happen to be visiting, when you come back to the United States, you need to bring back the Micro Machines carrying case in a giant the Micro Machine carrying case. He's in a giant yeah, that one right there. Store your Micro Machines inside the back end of that. I have dibs on it. So when you go to Mexico, people, buy that for me, bring it back here, because that's mine.
It's fully stored. It's fully stored. It's complete. The inner life is complete, my friend. It's one of my one of my holy grails that I really took years to get one. The only thing that I'm really bothered with is this side. Only this side. The sticker is a little bit ripped off, and I refuse to buy a replace. I know I can get a replace, but I'm waiting on my chance to get an original and decal it with a heater and get it on there.
Oh man, Micro Machines were my jam back when I was a kid. I'll tell you what.
Come over here,
Ladies and gentlemen,
take it away. Even it has you can carry it.
I show up there, I'm probably never coming back. You know, toys, collectibles. Yeah. You probably lost me. I'm probably going to be stuck there. There and or Germany. Hank. All right. DJ, time to do that thing.
Yeah.
Tell everybody the words. Tell everybody how to find you. Do the thing.
You catch me here on YouTube. Yes, I will branch out later this year, but right now, just taking my time here on YouTube. Every Thursday, we do MTG Roundtable, talk MTG with other content creators. Sundays, we got late night EDH. So if you guys are, if you got a setup on a computer and want to play some Commander, holler at us. We're always looking for new players. That is super late at 10:20. And then Pew Pew streams Friday and Saturday. I'm working on several projects right now. So for some random content. So I also do some random sets and stuff like that. Produce music and all that fun stuff. So catch me here on YouTube.
Oh yeah, good time.
Same spelling. No spaces, or you will
Yeah,
be on a
Mr.
journey.
DJ Longhair.
Yeah, there is the
Mr. DJ
long hair.
Longhair. I'll make sure that his link is in the chat, and also collaboration requests sent out by the time the show processes. Always good fun, and got to join on Thursdays. I'm hanging out with DJ. I'm enjoying myself. This week, like I said, if you haven't had a chance, go back and check out Mr. DJ Longhair's Thursday stream from this week. We had a lot of fun, and I got a screenshot of pretty much one of the best points in chat that is on my community tab. Check that out. Comment on it. We're going to turn it into a meme.
Yeah.
All right, King. Let's do this.
All right.
Give us the out.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, have a good night, folks. It was good while you're here, but we got to get going. Happy trails.
Be sure you can, if you haven't already done so, give King that follow. We need to get King up to 50. That's right. Scan that QR code or
subscribe
do the things.
to me.
Do the
subscribe
thing.
to me before we get out of here, of course. Like, I thought we were supposed to get out of here. But yeah,
You
please
will.
subscribe.
Well, we
Failure. I was in hospital for 3 days last week, so I was a failure. I was supposed to stream last Sunday and I didn't. But I already did call out my community. And I swear to the Lord that we will get this done. Just let me get back.
we're seeing your community. We saw. Well, we had part of your
Alrighty.
community in tonight. And we enjoyed them tonight. She came in. She was teaching us some German. We enjoyed that. But if you want to learn something more than just German, maybe you might want to do like King does and try the Tiger Blood. That Tiger Blood. Now it's more than just Charlie Sheen's favorite drink. It's ours too. You have yourself some Tiger Blood.
Tiger
and
blood,
support
which
the
is
channel.
made out of my
Yes.
blood. It's not. It has nothing to do with what pills or any injections. It's purely animal blood. Okay, purely cat blood.
Tiger Blood.
Tiger blood.
You drink this and you're truly winning. And you're supporting the channel with a $39 purchase.
No,
One
it's
scoop per
winning.
beverage.
It's winning.
Duh. Winning. One scoop of this per drink gives you enough energy to start your day off with and doesn't leave you at the crash like those other drinks. Sorry, DJ, we're going to have to knock on your drink for a minute, but doesn't leave you with the crash just like Monster Energy drink or the other guy, the Red Bull.
Yeah, the Red Bull.
But if you don't have,
Oh,
then if you want to find a way to drink your energy drink with a particular beverage holder, this container is the official coffee cup of Cowboys and Kings. You can get it for $14, and it is an 11-ounce cup. You can get the 15-ounce cup just for $1 more. Scan that QR code. Support the channel by getting your Cowboys and Kings gear officially certified and King Style approved. If you want to support the channel in other ways, once again,
Sorry, I gotta be right back.
We have access to. Oh yeah,
Yeah, dude,
we
you
do
gotta
have access to our Twitter X money, and via Twitter X, what you can do is you can send some money to support the channel, keep us from losing our channel or even having a watermark on our shows in the future. Now, it is very important because it does more than just prevent us from having a watermark, but it also helps us level up the content by having some bumpers that we want to make some bumpers. We're going to be doing birthday parties and a few other things. So support the channel by using these QR codes. And with that having been said, I've been KJCowboyDan. This has been King Style.
Yeah, I'm
and
King
we
Style. He's Cowboy Dan. Have a good night.
have a good night. We have been talking about our comic book to movie adaptations, movies of comic books, and we had a lot of fun. Thank you for joining us.
up. Lights on, mics hot. Where outlaws talk loud and kings don't whisper. Welcome to Cowboys and Kings. Yeah. Cowboys and Kings. Yeah. Boots on the floor. Yeah, we're kicking it live. Crown in the room, you can feel that vibe. From the panels to the pixels, every story gets told. If it's hot in the culture, then we breaking the mold. From the cinema to the comic books, we put the games on blast. The bass will get wild, yeah, they never go past. We call it how it is, no in between. Turn it up, let the speakers swing. Got the crew pulling up, let them all step in. Every guest got a voice, the comments in chat will fly. Step up and be a king. When the mics go live, hear the Cowboys sing. Cowboys and Kings. Yeah, we run this show from the page to the stage to the screens, you know. Hot takes it with a rebel swing. It's a Cowboys grit and a King's gold ring. Cowboys and Kings. Let the whole world hear as we break it all down, keeping it loud and clear. Bring more than talk when y'all step in the ring. When you come to the battle royale, you better bring your thing. Welcome to the show, Cowboys and Kings. Yeah, King style, clean with the sharp cut look. The feline of finesse, the Jaguar dripping luxury, bow tie tight like a best-selling book. Calm in the storm, buddy, bring that fire. Every word hits clean. You know we gonna take it higher, gather y'all to the King's Court, yeah, with stories untold. Grab your armor, grip your sword, represent the kingdom with pride. Cowboy Dan got that outlaw tone, rough edge truth and a voice well known. He's a head trapped in the jar, jokes and memes will set you free. Bruh, that perspective hit differently. The saloon serves them hard, the door swings wide. Outlaw scream, a six-gun dreamer. Saddle up, let's ride. Laughs get loud and the takes get bold. Hard truths get dropped, some myths get sold. Spin that topic, let opinions clash. Some burn slow, some strike like a match. No script needed when the sparks ignite. Just real talk living in the spotlight. Cowboys and Kings. Yeah, we run this show from the page to the stage to the screens, you know. Hot takes hit with a rebel swing. It's a Cowboys grit and a King's gold ring. Cowboys and Kings. Let the whole world hear. We break it all down, keeping it loud and clear. Bring more than talk when y'all step in the ring. When you come to the battle royale, you better bring your thing. Welcome to the show, Cowboys and Kings. Lights get low, but the combo stays bright. Every fandom got a reason to fight. Heroes, villains, lines get thin. Sometimes the truth is where the gray walks in. Yeah. Panel to panel, yeah, we flip that page. From retro classics to the modern age. Reboots, remakes, who got it right? Who dropped the ball in that box? Office fight, bruh. We call it straight, no filter here. From low budget gems to the blockbuster tier. One got the crown, one breaking the rules. Both dropping gems while we schooling fools. From comics to streams, yeah, we cover the field. Every hot take sharp like a blade unsealed. I guess step up to the mic, that bring heat, that bring flames. They tell you a story when they step in the frame. Cowboys and Kings. Yeah, we run this show from the page to the stage to the screens, you know. Hot takes hit with a rebel swing. Under a Cowboys hat and a King's jewel crown, we gonna run this town. Cowboys and Kings. Yeah, we run this show from the page to the stage to the screens, you know. Hot takes hit with a rebel swing. It's a Cowboys grit and a King's gold ring. Cowboys and Kings. Pull up a seat, join the conversation.